especially by those who don't understand the rules around here. That swoop bike race you're planning to join, it's under my control, and I don't like unauthorized entries. He pauses and his smile widens as he watches each of your reactions.
Well, he's not going to get anything from me because I've got a visor and goggles on and a scarf.
John
Now
has
you
a surgical mask on, so
now you can make this easy on yourselves by cooperating. And maybe I'll let you walk away with just a warning. Or we can do this the hard way. And trust me, you won't like the hard way.
and I'm kind of lost what's happening.
All of a sudden movement catches his eye, and Vinko raises his hands for his men to stay alert. So what's it going to be? Do we have an understanding, or do I need to make an example out of someone?
I don't even know what we're supposed to understand.
With Mara still tied up, she looks at the group, clearly in distress, but there's a spark of determination in her eyes.
So
You're
are we
going
supposed to simply withdraw from the annual?
now. That's not necessarily true. You just pay your entry fee.
Now, that we've already done with the proper authorities.
But you didn't pay your entry fee to me.
And that might be true. But the annual is a little bit beyond. That's got middle city people involved.
Behind
Unless,
you, behind the party, you hear analysis complete. Avoid conflict.
don't mind the droid. The droid is sketchy to begin with. The droid just says things.
He narrows his eyes at the droid, a flicker of annoyance crossing his face. Control your droid or I will.
Just settle down, Mr. Troy. We're not making any conflict.
But I'm confused. We've never met before, and we probably should have by now.
Oh, well, I do believe that was your friend out there who took off from me. And I think at this moment, it is a great time to jump back to Lando.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I can.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was
Perfect
passed out.
timing.
I was passed out.
Perfect timing. Perfect timing.
Back to Lando. The sounds of engines roar through the narrow streets as Lando speeds away from the scene on his swoop bike. Blaster fire echoes behind him and chaos erupts as a stray shot hits an innocent bystander, and a single scream rings out. Lando's heart's racing, but he forces himself on the path ahead. Behind him, the blaster fire starts to fade into the distance. And the mob enforcers, don't let him get away! After him! Swoop bike and speeders give chase after Lando. The once bustling market stalls now scattered as people are diving for cover to dodge the incoming speeders. Lando's eyes scan the streets ahead. He ducks low to avoid a low-hanging bridge, and every instinct tells him to keep moving. Give me a second. So I have to roll something now. What is your reflex, Lando? Does a 17 hit?
Does not hit. My reflex is 23.
So a 17 doesn't hit. Blaster fire continues to ring out with Lando dodging shots. Roll me a perception check.
Okay.
This part is going to be done by rolls, and there's reasons for. There's going to be checks you have to pass.
Theater of the mind. Let's go.
16.
16 is going to give it to you. You spot an alley up ahead. You taking the alley?
Sure.
Okay. As you swerve sharply into the alley, the narrow path forcing the pursuer vehicles to slow down behind you. As you push your swoop bike to its limits, navigating the tight turns with skill. At the other end of the alley, a group of thugs block the end of the alley, and they're ready to stop you. Roll me another perception check. Let's see if you get this.
18.
They're getting better. You accelerate straight ahead for the barricade, and at the last moment, you veer to the side, skidding past the thugs and back onto the main street. The chase continues with more blasters firing at you. So let's see. Uh, 23, right?
Yeah.
So that one misses too. Let's see here. Dodging blaster fire and maneuvering through the city's like maze streets, you spot a large abandoned warehouse up ahead. Do you wish to enter?
Sure.
You lead the pursuers into the warehouse. The swoop bike skidding to a halt in the dark, cavernous building. Roll me a perception.
18.
Do. You bring the swoop bike to a skidding halt, and you dismount, finding a place to hide among old crates of machinery. As you catch your breath, you can hear the sounds of your pursuers outside searching.
No, don't dismount the bike. We discussed this. Don't
Hang on.
dismount the
Hang
bike.
on. Hang on. You know in your head that you need to regroup with Ortug and Junk, Dr. Lamb, and fast. The pursuers seem to be moving about the building outside, circling. They've lost sight of you.
Okay.
So we're playing catch up because now this is the scene where I go back to the garage. So now I have to flip it a bit. Give me just a sec here.
Damn it! Don't leave the bike.
This is the DM's plan, so let it happen.
You fool!
Back to the garage as Venko stares down each of you. His patience wears thin, and one of his thugs steps forward, aiming his blaster a bit more aggressively at Junk. Time's up. What's it going to be? Suddenly, glitch starts to spark. Its systems overload and the droid's eyes flicker. It begins to speak in a louder, more authoritative tone. Directive. Protect allies. Initiating. Protocol 47.
The moment he says that, the droid says that, I'm going to take my arms, and formerly they were upheld. I'm going to drape them across my chest strategically so that my hands are toward my hips. This might go down.
The glitch's sudden outburst serving as a distraction. Vinko's and its thugs seem to find themselves disoriented. The droid's malfunctioning behavior continues to add confusion. Shouting to his men, he goes, "Get each of them!" Thug comes up to each of you, pressing blasters to your heads.
No, they don't.
No?
No, they don't. As they start to move, there's how many entrances and exits in the garage? We
There's
closed
two.
the gate So there's
Yeah.
probably a side door,
There's
maybe
there's pretty much the door they came in through.
the door they came in through. I'm going to put myself in it, and I'm going to draw and light a lightsaber.
I'll be honest, I didn't expect that. I'm not written for that in this one.
Oh shit!
Gentlemen,
Yeah.
I believe that we have not yet reached an understanding.
Vinco pulls out a communicator. We need backup now. They're trying to escape.
I'm going to rush Venko right now.
Okay.
Okay, we're rolling initiative. We're doing this. I'm going to rush Venko right now. He cannot get off that communication. He's going to lose that communicator. And if I do this right, he's going to lose a hand. We're going straight Obi-Wan Kenobi right here.
Here.
Alright, where's my initiative? My initiative is a +7.
I gotta find this one.
If you don't have a map of the garage, better get one.
Thundering outside.
And the reasons for all of this will soon become evident. Meanwhile, I'm rolling initiative. And I have a 24.
Oh, no, I'm gonna do this. Let's see. You're gonna take the lead, I believe, on that.
Unless there's some kind of narrative that's about to happen, we're going to enter battle here.
That was kind of predicted. I just didn't expect. I didn't expect a lightsaber.
Well,
I didn't expect you to use a lightsaber.
I'm going to take 2 steps, and I'm going to stop. And I'm going to ease my way backward in what appears to be a defensive back foot posture on that door. They've got to get through me. And any thug, even an alien thug, they haven't seen these people in a while. But I guarantee you at least one of those people in that group knows what a Jedi is.
Yeah, but see, this is also the time when you can have a lightsaber that doesn't make you a Jedi.
That's true. That is fair. I mean, you know what? You'd think a lot of those things would be floating around as artifacts for other people to be.
They are actually. The black market has them.
Yeah, yeah. Good. Think that I'm a fake. Shoot at me. We're going to solve that issue. We're going to reveal that one.
Ooh, I like this one.
Didn't plan for this, did you?
No, this is you got me off foot here, but we're going on the fly.
That's right. It's an empty garage. Put down a grip. Put down a second grip. There's much in there.
I have something. I'm posting it now. Boom.
There isn't much in here except those thugs, junk or tug, this droid that's about to pop off, and me. And all anybody has to do is we get to round 1, get to me, and we're gonna make sure that they're trapped in here with us.
Just okay. Ugh. Vinco turns and looks at you and says, "Interesting company, you." A Jedi? But that won't change the fact that we have business to discuss.
True, but the bargaining terms have changed.
I got more men than you have blades.
I have force.
That old ancient religion?
Well, I need to know where they're standing. I need to know where they're standing.
So did you move in front of the door? Yes?
Yeah, and they came in through the door. Are
Okay.
they in range of the force slam cone power? It might be a medium or even a large size garage, but can't be that big.
No, it's not that big. If you do that, I mean, they're not all of his thugs are in range, but he's in range.
Well,
They spread out. They spread out in the room, but I
it's
mean,
going
you
to be
could.
for maximum effect. It's going to. I need to know where they're standing to know whether you use force slam or to start doing something else.
Okay. On that picture, you see where them yellow lines are pointing to. There's arrows pointing up. He's between the pool table and whatever that view screen is on the left.
Okay, so this is basically a converted hideout rather than a full. Okay, I got you. Is this on roll 20 yet?
No, roll 20 I had set up for the race.
Okay. We're not going to get to that race at this rate. Okay, so he's on the opposite side of the pool table. I got to know where his thugs are. We got to do this right.
His thugs are going to be spread in a U formation around that center there and the other side. They're spread in a U formation. There's 6 thugs, 3 on each side. He's in the middle.
They're going to be too far away. They've gotten too far for me to do that. All right.
Yeah, they moved
All right.
around the room when they came in. They came in the room and funneled around.
I got you. All right. And in that case, with my combat glove in one hand and the saber in the other, I'm going to let that green glow fill the corner of the room. As I look over to, I don't even look over to my team. I just glance an eye over there. Junk or Tug, guard the other door.
Yeah. Okay.
Oink, oink, oink. I will.
Junk
follow
will
orders.
pull out her cobbled together needler.
And we have no intent on actively fighting you, unless you make that a necessity. And I assure you that once this fight starts, once it does, you will lose control of the situation. And you will lose some of your men.
Standing against me isn't wise when I control everything down here.
Perhaps, but if necessary, I will stand over you.
You know, I can make.
It's not about the race, and it's not about anyone in this room. You fail to understand the purpose of our entry.
You fail to understand the way respect works around here.
And you have decided to disrespect everything about this quarter.
You talk like a typical Jedi. Your religion is gone. Your friends are gone. And if you keep it up, your friends will be gone too.
This is all the more reason that a Jedi, especially in these dark times, needs to be prepared to stand alone.
It's very simple. I'm going to make it very simple, even for a knucklehead like you. Pay your fee, and I'll let you go.
Our fees have already been paid. We have entered legally, and we pose no threat to your teams, or your representatives, or any other. We will not be extorted.
All right, big man. You're big this time. He turns, lifts 2 fingers to his bodyguards, and tells them to leave behind him. We'll see how you do then. Better watch your back around here.
It's not that difficult. We intend to leave. And
I'm
if, by the way, you should choose to attack Dr. Lamb, which I am still Dr. Lamb here, this entire neighborhood will hate you. All of the swoop bike gangs that I've assisted over these years will hate you. And you will have a much bigger problem on your hands than me, even if I fall, especially if I fall.
They can hate me all they want as long as they respect me.
And that is true. But it seems like the code words in the language of respect is violence, threats, and therefore I speak to you in the only tongue that you understand.
We'll see how big you are, little man. He turns, ducks his head, and walks out.
I let them pass me, but do not lower my saber 1 inch. And I
Uh,
each one of them as they walk by me. Each one of them, and I give them just enough room to pass, so that they understand that this saber is very, very real.
you're not here, right, Lando? Yeah, kind of figured. He said store run.
And as Vinko approaches, I'll look at him and give him a nod and hesitantly deactivate my saber with him standing right next to me. We'll determine what a big man you are in terms of fairness that we will extend to you. We will see what fairness you return.
I see you've made your choice clear. Pity. You have a knack for stirring up trouble. What's your game at in these levels?
Would you like to actually discuss the matter as men? As common creatures of the lower city? That can be arranged. Clearly, it's not about the race. Otherwise, we would have entered on much different terms. We would discuss terms of that race and what you want out of that race. I'm not concerned with that. Neither are my people.
He gives a sly grin and says, I'll let you race. But next time you come to me, I run the lower levels. You want in my race. Let me tell you, it is my race. Nothing happens in the lower levels without my... It's tough running this sector and keeping the Imperials out. If you bring trouble to my sector, maybe I'll serve you up to them on a platter.
I should know that this is a troubled sector and that things are violent. I help to heal those people. As a matter of fact, I probably, unknown, not knowing their names, probably healed some of your people, probably without your knowledge.
Oh, I'll see you at the race. And
Well,
don't forget my 10% fee. Next time, introduce yourselves and kiss the ring. And he pulls out.
that's when I walk outside. I'm going to stand my ground on the opposite side of that door on the street.
His thugs mount their swoop bikes, and he gets in the speeder. And he glares you down as he gets in, but they all cruise off together.
I give him a respectful nod as he rides away. Then I'll come back in the room, close it behind me. Honestly, I've never been here before.
At this time, Lando comes cruising up on the swoop bike.
Zealot, you here?
He's probably not, but that's okay.
Okay.
I'm putting you all together for a reason.
To murder us.
Back in the room, because you're still outside, right?
Oh, I've come back in and closed the door.
There's still Mara, and she's still tied up in front of y'all.
Well, then
Let's
I
get
will
her.
reignite my saber and take care of that little problem. Unless this is some madness like cortosis weave, it shouldn't be a problem.
No, it's simple rope.
Do hold still. As I cut Merva free,
She runs her hands across her wrist and says, "Thank you."
I'm going to make sure that she notices that I've got the lightsaber on too. Then I'll extinguish it.
She looks a bit worried.
I'll look around the room, gauge reactions.
That wasn't wise to piss off Vinko.
Vinko never introduced himself to me, and down here in the lower city where everyone is out for themselves and where words travel fast and vengeance faster, he didn't even know that there was a street doctor helping out the swoop bike gangs. Didn't even recognize me, didn't call me by name. He didn't know me. So either he doesn't run the sector or he's unworthy of it.
Come with the party right now?
And no, it's not a matter of me thinking greatness of myself. I've been here for long enough time for him to have known that there was a functional and competent street doctor here helping out some of the gangs. That's something he would have known. People such as myself, a role such as mine, is vital. So, as far as Mr. Vinko Reese is concerned, he can return to his precious track and his precious race. We have different concerns. And arguably, as I turn to Ortog and say, arguably, there would be other swoop bike gangs ready and eager to sabotage our efforts for them to gain prestige either. So whether it's Vinko Race or them, we'd have exactly the same problem.
Am I there?
Yes.
I'll be like, what the hell was that?
There's no.
Gangster named Vinko Race. Vinko Race is either not from here or not cognizant of who and what I am. Now he knows that the team is under the protection of a Jedi.
You're a Jedi.
Sadly,
He does have the fancy light stick thingy.
I'll go over to pick Miraba up if she hasn't stood up yet. We might want to bring the bike inside.
Okay. I'll get the bike.
Yeah, I'll help roll up the gate and put it down as quickly as I can.
Wait, you're a Jedi? Like, what's with the fake doctor shit?
Well, it's time for me to go over and take one of those seats, which I will. I'll kind of unwrap my things and take off the visor and the goggles and all that. And I'll just set it aside. Do you really think that a Jedi would survive it for any length of time in these dark times?
I don't know.
Every Jedi.
Random and Jedi.
There was a message
There
sent
was
out,
the mushroom people.
Oh,
which I'm also very interested in. Truly, that's part of my mission now. I suspect that there is an area of my expertise that may be part of your mission.
Like maybe I don't know.
I'm not sure yet either. But the Force moves in mysterious ways. And we Jedi, especially those of the counselors, which explains the color of my blade, we search for inflections such as these, especially in my field of study. To answer your question, why? Well, to help, to heal, which is one of my specialties, and one of the things that the Force allows me to do. To heal wounds that science cannot. These
Bullshit.
people didn't deserve their fate for being. You may doubt all you wish. But perhaps you're asking the wrong questions about me.
Look, I don't care if you're a Jedi or not. I just want to get off this fucking planet.
it's not a great planet.
Yeah.
Well, then it's time to get to the practice track. Mira turns to you, Lando.
Yeah, what the hell was that, Mira? Did you know that was going to be an ambush?
No, but Vinco's a, how do I say it, an interesting character. He's gonna want his 10% if you win.
Oh, God. What is he doing for me? Just let me race?
Vinco controls the lower levels, and he's the mob boss down here.
I'm inclined to say no, just because how he conducts business.
You are all very brave, but foolish men, I think. You all want to die quickly from the looks of it.
I kind of don't want to die.
We can't afford to sit here and wait for the next threat to come knocking. The racetrack's where we need to be.
Yeah. Let's go.
All right, let's go.
The track will give us a chance to fine-tune the bike and prepare it for the big race. We need to win that race and secure the resource, especially if you're gonna accomplish your mission. Now get your gear and let's head to the track.
All right, let's all go this time.
Is everybody going?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. I don't want to stay here.
The party finds themselves on the outskirts of the makeshift track, where the pulse of swoop bike engines fill the air with racers from all walks of life tend to gather here, each seeking the thrill of competition and the Lando, give me a
A perception check?
yes. Let's see if you see them. Yeah. Up ahead, you spot a group of seasoned racers. And one turns to you and says, new blood, eh? You picked a great day to join us.
Thanks. I'm going to win this.
The second one smirks and tilts her head and says, are you up for a challenge?
What do you have in mind?
The qualifying's about to start. You think you can hang with us?
What do I get if I win?
Better position for the main race. That's how
Do
qualifying
it.
works.
Yeah, sure. I'll throw my hat in.
I don't think you've been wearing any hats.
That's true, but my metaphorical hat will throw it in.
Oh, metaphorical.
Each one mounts their bikes, starts their bikes, and moves it onto the track. Are you going to follow?
Yep.
Okay. This is where Roll 20 can. Alrighty, so I want to introduce each of the racers to y'all. Ortug, make me a perception check. There's a reason why you're going to want to make this perception check.
All right. My perception. What's that? All right.
Someone has food.
I'll accept
Well,
it. Ortug, the one to the back and to the left is a Gamorrean. Back to
no,
you,
I'm just kidding.
Lando. There's a
I'm
human.
gonna
There's a
wander on
Zabrak.
over there.
There's a human. There's a Zabrak, a Jawa, a female, and a Gamorrean, all on bikes.
I'll rev my engine. Burn, 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 burn.
I'm gonna say to the Gamorrean, hey, nice rig there, man.
He turns and eyes you. It kind of gives you a worried look.
Okay, look out there. Show these humans, what's what.
He looks you up and down and tilts his head just a bit.
Cool. Oh, this guy's crazy. I'm just gonna kind of nod and just walk away. Man, what's his problem?
Alrighty, as everyone lines up for the starting line, the horn sounds and the race begins. Lando, give me a pilot check. Up first is an S turn. It's a tricky section designed to test your precision and control. There's going to be little traps in the track that you're not going to be able to see. It's all going to be off a pilot check. You and each rider is going to have to make a pilot check.
Dun, dun, dun.
21.
Where's the blue shell?
Look,
That's
they gotta get to the items boxes first.
true, yeah. Just
You navigate the tight turn with skill, gaining third in the position as everyone takes off. Give me a sec here. I didn't want to make it bigger.
No, that's just how fast that person's going. Just going so fast he stretches.
Where am I in all of this?
You were all to the stands, to the pit area. Give me a sec here.
So I will lean over to Junk and just give Junk a raised eyebrow. It looks like a simple course, but there are bound to be surprises, especially in a qualifying race like this.
Well, from what I've read, the speed is the main thing in swoop bike races. So while yes, it's a simple course. You don't need me much to stir things up.
Especially because of this. Look there. Look
Yeah.
in the turn, in the shorter parts of the turns. It's narrower than the major sections of the track. That's where racers are likely to get bunched up and to try to knock each other out of position, or perhaps off the track entirely.
The other racers follow closely behind, their engines roaring as they push to the limits. As the next section of the track features a series of jumps. Riders must time their acceleration perfectly to clear the gaps without losing speed. Roll me a pilot check, Lando.
$26.
That's not what I wanted.
Doesn't matter, that's a 1! Doesn't matter, that's a 1!
It does matter because it's a 1d2.
Yeah, the guy failed his coin flip.
I'll use a force point to beat him. Roll 2d6. So 30.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. I can beat that guy.
Oh!
That's okay. It's he's blue. Okay, he's ahead of you anyway. So
Say goodbye to pole
he's
position.
that's the Imperial.
Oh, shit. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking as a player, he's got some Imperial backing, too. That way the Imperials can get a thumb on the race.
Oh yeah, this is the same guy you met in the.
Yeah, he's an Imperial plant, probably. He's almost certainly he's an Imperial plant, especially for a race with this much notoriety. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Junk is just listening to the roars of the engines as they go through everything.
Lando soars over the jumps with confidence, landing smoothly and maintaining his momentum. The other fans cheer. He's taken second, just behind the leader. Next up is a narrow passageway lined with metal barriers that require precise movement. Roll another pilot check.
27.
That's a good one.
Woo-hoo!
Let's find out. The wrong one. 16. Okay.
I see how this is developing too. Yeah. So Dr. Lamb leans over and mentions to Junk again that Imperial is good. He's going to be the problem.
Yeah, his bike is in excellent condition.
It's probably
The engine's just smooth. It's switching between gears with no lag.
That other Gamorrean's weird.
that's not the sort of fine tuning that you get down here.
No.
It's probably Imperial based, Imperial funded. Then I stroked my beard a little bit. And I asked myself out loud, if Victor Reyes has a heavy influence on the annual, then how does the Imperial play into it? Does Victor Reyes control him somehow? I doubt it. That means this is getting a little more complicated.
Maybe he's quote unquote sponsoring the Imperial instead of accepting payment from the Imperial, like he was expecting of the other racers.
That's entirely possible. It's also possible that this Imperial racer that we met in the process of gaining Merba ran to Victor Race. Perhaps he's directly working for him. It's too early to tell. We need more information.
Right.
Did anyone else notice how weird that other Gamorrean was? Or was it just me? I guess it was just me.
How's the Gamorrean racer faring? Oh, the DM is muted.
I'm going to pay attention to the Gamorrean racer.
It
Might have
freaking muted me. No wonder why. I didn't hit mute. Discord's been doing that. It's been muting me lately. I don't know what to do.
So you've been talking this whole time.
Yeah, I've been talking this whole damn time. I was like, what the hell? Okay. Let me restart now because now I'm lost. We did the jumps. You were in the narrow passageway. You thread your way through the passageway. You're focused on yielding as you avoid the barrier. The track opens up into a wide straightaway, allowing your to unleash the full power of your bike. Neck and neck with the first place champion, the roar of the bikes filling the air as you use raw power. Roll me a pilot check. You suck.
By the way, how's the Gamorrean pilot doing?
I'll force point that without even knowing.
16. The Gamorrean is.
26.
He's got the purple marker. He's at the back of the pack. Okay, you got a 26, you said?
Mm.
You got a 22. You take the lead. Wow. Okay, so I was worried that I made the rolls too high. You're actually doing really well. I was worried I was going to have to manipulate them. All
Nope.
right. We're going to put you up here. For some reason, roll 20 is like super slow for me. So
It does that. Ooh, that was a crack of thunder.
I heard that.
You heard the crack of thunder through my
Through your headset.
damn. Oh, poor Gloria.
All right. Let's see here. The final challenge of the track is a sharp hairpin turn, where you must deaccelerate quickly and then accelerate out of the turn to maintain. Roll a pilot check.
25.
You're gonna fucking get this, dude. What the fuck?
Alright. The Imperial is flubbing it.
All right. So you're gonna come around.
I think that there might be something in the Imperial's engine that suddenly doesn't sound that smooth.
This is to tell me positions here. Uh,
Maybe something got caught in his exhaust port.
okay.
Oh, Zax has probably gone to go get food. Oh no, just enjoying being muted.
Okay, I got one more to roll here. Depending on what he does.
Dang, a plus 21.
Yes. He's actually, this one is the form. He didn't roll that well off the top. So it's between you and the Imperial, apparently.
Yeah, the Imperial only has a plus 16.
Yes, he does. Uh, okay. As you approach the finish line, pushing your bike to its limit, the engine screaming in protest as the crowd's cheers grow louder. With a final burst of speed, you cross the finish line in first, the crowd erupting into applause and shouts of. Behind you, the other racers cross the line, some with determined looks, others with sneers of frustration. Grudgingly, the Imperial turns to you and says, "Nice race. New blood. You've earned it."
Thanks, buddy. My name's Yando.
I think I have his name. Hang on. You have no idea. You have no clue how. I've got sheets for everything. My name's Vosh.
Does he look Imperial?
Oh yeah. He's not shy about it either. His shirt even has the Imperial symbol on it. He's not shy about being Imperial.
You're for the Empire?
Of course I am.
Okay.
My bike is funded by him. He looks all proud and taps his bike. Another one behind him, a short guy in tattered robes, looks up at you and says, "Don't get too comfortable. The real race is yet to come." Do you speak Jawa?
Yeah.
So you
He
understood that
actually talks like
perfectly.
He
Yeah,
actually talks like that. It's hilarious.
that was the Jawa then.
I'm trying to remember my team's name. It was like the Ratty Doctors or something.
Rusty.
Yeah,
Rusty something.
I'll win this for the Rusty Doctors and get my prize money.
Mira comes up to you and says, "You did well. That's going to put you in first for the race."
Told you I could pilot.
The stage is set for you. You might have an actual chance at winning this thing.
Yeah, when's the race?
The race will be this Friday.
Okay.
As the crowd filters out and the hum of the bikes start to, Mira says, "That was some impressive riding. You got some real talent." She glances over at the swoop bike, assessing its condition. "Let's get this back to the garage and tune this beauty up for the big race. We need to make sure she's in top shape."
Okay.
Yeah. I think I spotted things we could tune, shore up, but things that he almost fell behind on. He did well, well, Mr. Yondo.
Thanks. Above
Gotta
table,
make sure.
I don't think I've rolled anything above a 10.
No, you've rode really good today.
No,
No,
it
he
was
just
all
has
below 10s.
astonishingly. Yeah, he has like a plus 18. So
Am I there yet?
Yeah, you can all walk up now.
yeah.
At which point I'll hear him say that, and I'll walk behind him and clap him on the shoulder and say, "Sometimes you don't need to be good, just good enough."
Thanks.
And remember, this is a mission. This isn't for glory. Don't get caught up in that. All that we need to do is podium, not necessarily win.
No, I'm winning. I'm taking this prize money.
That might be true, but considering considering the background as you well described it to me, sometimes just getting away breaking even is enough.
We'll see.
Well, sometimes it may not be possible. Some of the entrants in this race are funded by some powerful people. We don't necessarily need to win for that reason. Besides, our real getaway isn't in the race itself. It's in the Middle City.
Yeah, all this just to get to the middle city. This convoluted plan, if I ever heard one.
True, but I have a feeling that all of this is necessary in ways that we don't yet know. In the meantime, let's get the swoop bike back to the garage. As Junk said,
Yeah.
have our mechanics give it the once-over.
As you finish that sentence, a bike pulls up next to you, and the Gomorian steps off, turns to Ortug and says, "My name is Galnar. What are you doing here?"
These are my friends. I run with them.
This
We stay
place is
true.
This ain't a place for outsiders. You got a good reason to be here? To which, the only ones who can hear this are those who speak Gomorian.
Well, as long as where they go, I follow. So
He gives a
Absolutely,
snort,
friends.
clearly unimpressed.
Oh, the Gamorrean smart. Damn,
Mhm.
fighting work right there.
Huh. Yeah, that's I don't know. I don't. Bro, you better take that back.
We'll see about that. Just stay out of my way and maybe you'll make it day.
What are you gonna do?
With that, Galnar revs his engine and speeds off.
See, I knew he was weird.
Hey, let's get to the garage. I want to
There's no
get up on
precedent for some people.
lift and take a look inside again.
As y'all navigate through the bustling city streets,
We run
of the
into a
lower...
Pokemon battle.
That was my phone going off.
Eradicate.
Shit, it's a wild Jawa.
Oh God.
I hope I score a critical.
No.
As you navigate through the bustling streets of the lower city, the sounds and vendors and vehicles creating a constant hum of activity, you approach the garage. The familiar sight of its cluttered but organized interior brings a sense of readiness.
How
As
hot
you all...
is it here?
It's
Am
a
I
temperate...
Well,
It's a
DM,
temperate climate.
am I able to approach the Imperial there at trackside, or does he get far enough away that I have to go with my team?
I mean, he's far enough away at the moment. We could go back to that if you want to walk over to him.
I do. I absolutely do.
Okay, so before we get to the garage, let's take it back to the track. As
Quick, hit the
Garnar speeds
rewind.
away, as Garnar speeds away, Lamb here is doing something as he takes off toward the Imperial.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to make Celsius.
I'm going to take a look over at the bike first. Yeah, thank you.
Oink.
It's a very clean bike, unlike what you see down here in the lower city.
I like my bike pristine.
True. I take it that
Shows
you race cleanly too, so that it can stay clean.
shows
It's true.
class. You know, as you know, those of the superior race. We want to keep our things in a better fit.
Hmm. I have some sympathy for that, being human myself.
You really should work to get out of the lower levels.
And that's exactly why my team is entering. Not necessarily to win, but to draw attention from patrons in the middle city.
Oh,
You know how it
rumor
works.
rumor is you went into some trouble with Vinco.
Word travels that fast?
Pretty quickly in my line of work.
Hmm. So you're a friend of his.
An acquaintance.
I see. I see. So, being a true believer in the Galactic Empire, as many of us are, do you have a patron directly? It seems so, with such an unadvanced and clean swoop bike.
I was actually tasked to investigate the lower levels. This is a legit race. My bike is funded by the glory of the Empire.
It seems like a lot of things are founded by the glory. Is that
Is
who
that
you're really
such a
racing for?
is that such a bad thing?
Hardly. Is that who you're racing for? Or are you racing for Vinco?
Oh no. The Empire is much more than Vinco could ever provide.
Hmm, I
The
see.
Empire is looking to branch itself into the lower level, and we believe this is one of the ways.
That's exactly why I came to discuss what allegiances that you and that my team has. These rusty doctors, it's only a one-time thing. That granted, the annual is more than enough to be a one-time way out of our city for a lot of people. We understand that. but we have places to go. Once we perform well, or at least well enough, then you won't be having to worry about the rusty doctors of all things.
Rusty Doctors. Is that like a
I-
team name or something? Should I be worried about?
It's because two of us have medical. We haven't been properly introduced. I'm
And
Dr.
you opened up your practice in the lower levels? Oh my goodness. I
Of
can't
course.
imagine what trouble and disease.
Of course, I opened up here on the lower levels. Every place on the planet and every species deserves the right to some elegant medical care.
There's no way you can get supplies that easily. You
Supplies
know,
are to
I'm
come
sure
by.
the Empire would be interested in helping out a practice such as yours. I could put in a good word for you.
No, we're okay,
Unfortunately,
buddy.
circumstances have forced me to consider closing my practice. I have other disciplines to attend to and other places to go. It's simply my time to end my practice here. I've healed a lot of lives, whether human or otherwise. Swoop bite gangs draw a wide range of species, as I'm sure that you're well aware.
I'm sure that you'll open your practice again once you see the upper level.
We don't intend to stay on Terra. We intend to
Oh?
depart the planet once we
You-
leave this area.
You haven't heard?
Oh, what should
Right
I?
now there's a planetary blockade right now.
A planetary blockade? You mean?
Yes, only Imperial shots up to and from the planet.
That's
Something
extraordinary.
happened at a resort further away. They're kind of tight-lipped about it. I'm not real sure.
You mean
Apparently, all of the Imperial officers, the upper echelon, they're all involved in something. I'm not real sure.
So you mean to tell me that the Empire has a great deal of interest in the nature resort?
Something. That's all I've heard. I'm not privy to that information. Focused on my mission here in the lower levels.
Of course, you wouldn't be. You, like I, have been trapped in the lower city by one means or another.
Well, I'm not trapped. I can come and go as I please. It's just he leans in close to you. Vinko's touch down here is a bit more than we expected.
Really? I'm surprised. I'm surprised that anyone from the upper city, much less the Galactic Empire, would cast their eye all the way down here, except perhaps for the circumstances surrounding the annual, which is very much a Teresian event planet-wide. It's practically a source of pride because swoop bikes were invented here. There
Well,
might be some VIPs about.
there'll definitely be way more. I'm hearing they're having to bring in Imperial security.
An Imperial security detail. Is this new for this year? I'm asking the DM this question. Is this?
Oh yeah, this is kind of unheard of.
This year?
Vinko usually provides security.
Oh, really? Well, for the Imperials to come down here this particular year, there has to be some kind of trouble brewing. What are you expecting?
I'm not quite sure. Vinko's never given us trouble, and I doubt.
Do you think that the trouble is going to reach the track with your racing or ours?
Oh, there's always some kind of drama at every race.
Well, that's true.
I
but
I doubt the race is going to go as smooth as the qualifying.
Well, there's always the threat of sabotage anywhere in the lower city. Some people come down here during the annuals to see the crashes.
And that's why I won't be parking my bike down here.
That's extraordinarily wise. We're going to be keeping security on our equipment as well. Anyone taking part in the annual should. And typically, they come here last minute.
And what was your name again?
Dr. Liam, I extend a hand.
And he extends a hand back to you.
And you are
Shakes it thoroughly. My name is
Shakes.
Vosh.
Vosh. Well, Vosh, hopefully we can be one of the rare competitors out there, rather than diving desperately for any scrabbling advantage that we can get. There's a certain way that swoop bike racing is done, and I can tell you, human to human, that we have no immediate ill will toward or your team.
Your friend was very lucky today. I'll beat him at the race.
Well,
Yeah,
you said it
right.
yourself. You said it yourself. Superior race makes for a superior race.
And superior beings will always dominate the others.
Not always, though. That's why we put these swoop bikes into gear and full testing.
He turns and raises an eyebrow. Oh? Do you
There's
not
always,
believe in the glory of the Empire?
well, the glory of the Empire will largely take care of itself. However, down here on Terrace, deep down in this many levels, almost anything can. I think that both of us need to be on guard, don't we?
I'm always on guard.
That's wise.
He turns and taps his side pistol.
That's also wise. Is there somewhere that because we're first-time entrants, is there some place that the teams meet before the race begins? Some sort of some sort of show where the teams present themselves?
They're
I'd much
usually
rather get
down.
information from a racer than from one of the promoters.
They're usually down at the cantina.
Then we'll meet again. I'd
I
just turn
intend
around and give him a half wave, not a dismissive one, but just a signal that this conversation is probably over as I'm turning away. Good luck, Bosch. You have a race to do, and no doubt a surveillance mission to undertake. I'm glad that you're not on the side of the aliens.
He nods, mounts his bike, starts it up, and drives away.
I'll reach over and I'll grab Lando's arm. We've got to get out of here now.
Yeah. Do you want to sync up comms?
That would be a very good idea because
I kind of lost you guys for a bit there. It'd be a good idea to have you guys in comms.
I would agree. So we need to set that up as soon as we secure this bike of yours.
All right, let's go.
How do you feel riding it? As I walk right next to him.
It feels like riding a bike all at home. You know, I've done a bit of swoop racing myself back in the day on a Coruscant. You know,
Nah, you don't have to create a story unless you're practicing a cover story for someone else.
no, it's a real story. Not the major circuits, just the amateur circuits. You know, practicing my pilot skills back on Coruscant. You know, I won a couple races.
Yeah, I give this guy the smirk and one. At least we have some good mechanics. That Imperial we're going to have to watch out for, and the Gamorrean is going to be trouble.
Yeah, I mean,
Gamorrean's
you
one of
doubt
those
my
that-
story. I just won the qualifier. Like, if I'd never rode a swim bike before, that'd be impressive, right?
Well, the problem is that everyone else is behind you.
Yeah, that's a good thing. They're gonna eat my dust.
I see.
Somebody's
Somebody's picked up something.
Well, the further of a distance you can get away from them, the better. However, just like anything else,
I don't like it.
the enemy is the terrain. The first enemy is always the battlefield. You don't give the battlefield the respect it deserves, it can swallow you. If there's nothing else to say, then let's get the bike back to the garage. Get everyone else involved. See what they think.
Right.
Besides, we obviously have a few discussions.
So I saw you made a new friend,
Communicate-
Ortug.
Oh, I don't like him.
Oh yeah.
He snorted at me. He snorted at me.
Oh, that
You know what an
bastard!
insult that is?
Why'd he snort at you? Yeah, I know. I
know.
speak worried.
Oh, no, fuck, I don't know. I don't know. If he does it again, he's dead.
Bash his fucking head in. It's probably how you get
That's
respect
a
down here,
duel
anyways.
worthy, you know. It's true.
Well, glad to have you on my crew, Ortug.
Oh, yeah. I give you an awesome high five.
Awesome high five, yep. Let's get back to the garage. Let's get some eat, right, Ortug? Something to eat.
Yeah. Lead the way, my friend. Lead the way.
As Mira pulls up with a speeder big enough to pick up the party, she follows Lando back to the garage, navigating through the bustling streets of the lower city. The sounds of vendors and vehicles. The familiar sight of the cluttered but organized interior brings it. Mira turns to the group as everyone gets inside. All right, everyone, let's get to work. The big race is coming up, and we want everything perfect.
Time to roll
Where's
that
my
gorilla
balut?
door.
I was promised
Shut.
balut.
Lock the doors.
So,
Before
Mary,
we do
wants-
anything, I
So
do
Mary,
believe that you.
go on.
Go ahead.
Okay, Mary, you satisfied with your soup bike? Get a week at her.
Don't test me. I might join the race.
Okay. But yeah, no, that was the deal, right? I give you the swoop bike for all this help.
The deal's a deal. I'm honoring my end of it.
Okay, appreciate it.
It is actually a good deal. In a place like this, the origin of swoop bike racing, having a swoop bike and a good one and well funded, that's a very good start for anyone here in the lower city.
So, Junk, that was a good swoop bike you built. You ever worked on a swoop bike before?
Not exactly. I mainly work with starship engines, but when you spend a lot of time in a scrap yard for parts, you find a bunch of rundown things, and you just get to meddling a little, learn how things work.
Yeah, I could use a good engineer after Arho died. What are you doing after this?
Yeah, just find another ship to ride on, and just listen to the engine run.
You want to come aboard the Starbank for a little while?
I mean, I guess so. Although the person that talked to wasn't that friendly with me.
Oh, he's a peach. That's my pilot droid BD31.
Yeah, he wasn't too pleased to talking with me when I was
Yeah, he was in
looking for advice.
he was looking out for the Starfang. You know how it is.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm sure you two will get along once you get acquainted with the crew.
Yeah, I'm good with droids. Right, Mr. Droid?
Glitch looks up at you. His eyes flicker. Diagnostic complete. Improvements available.
My power is flickering right now. So if I disappear, my power's gone out.
Okay,
You-
can Junk make rolls to give me bonuses during the race?
No, but Junk can make a roll right now.
Come on, give me a
Yes.
bonus, DM. Give me a
What
well-engineered
roll
bonus.
am I making? I assume a perception check?
You
Or
can roll a perception. You can roll.
Is this full on, is this upcoming annual full on? Pit stop mandatory.
you
Glitch
said
just told you the diagnostic was complete and there was improvements. I will point that out one more time.
yeah. She. I was gonna ask, but if there was if he had detected any parts nearby. That's when my lights started flickering. You see parts nearby?
Pre-ignition system can be improved.
All right. Yeah. No. Alrighty.
He displays the technical readout for you. Now, if you want to make the improvement, you're going to have to make a...
Don't roll a 1 or I'll kill you.
No. If I roll a 1, the droid's going to kill us all. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I think there's a couple things lying about around here I could use to do this. All right. And 38.
Damn. Give me a fucking bonus, DM.
Wow.
Junk just goes into the zone.
Wow.
I'll give you a +2 to all pilot rolls.
Woo!
Wow.
Almost as good as the top racer. But he doesn't have force points.
I wouldn't say that.
Junk is just grabbing seemingly random bits and bobs, glancing between the blueprint, then going to the bike, just grabbing random things to use as tools. First, just looks like she's making a mess, but then after a few minutes, it's all coming together.
As the hours pass, the garage fills with the sounds of machinery. The air thick with the scent of oil.
I say we
Junk's
fix our comms at this point.
Meticulous attention to detail, adjustment, bringing it closer to. Finally, as night falls over the lower city, the swoop is ready and gleams under the garage light. Testament and the expertise of your team. Mira turns, smiling with satisfaction. She's ready. Great job, everyone.
Yeah, I think I've done as much as I can for it.
She steps back and admires the work.
Junk just wipes some sweat off her forehead and just smears some oil. It's always good working on a good piece of machinery.
I have rooms available if you'd like to sleep here.
Sure.
I don't mind sleeping here.
Mind if we take
Roll
turns,
out
though?
roll out a mat and lay down on it.
She raises a hand and closes the garage door. As the team takes a moment to catch their breath, there's a sound of a knock on the garage door.
Well, considering that I'm outside, I probably know who this is.
There's a young woman standing there. Her clothes are tattered, face pale. She's coughing violently. She steps into the light.
Can I help you?
Please, I need your help. I heard there's a doctor here.
So the local neighborhood knows that I've moved from my normal office. All right. I'll take you in. So I bring her into the garage behind me. What species is this female?
Hang on, let me send you a picture.
The species is humanoid.
Do you know how little that narrows that down?
I think that was the point. And yes, we sunk comms at this point.
Yes, you got the comms together. I heard you.
Okay.
Oh, so what precise comms are these? What category?
Short range communications? I don't know. Not encrypted?
Okay, so this is. So I need to make an update on my sheet now. Comlink. Comlink, short range.
They're pretty cheap.
Okay, so these are the these are just the standard short range, no holo.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. Yeah, those are 25 a piece. They're nothing. Okay.
You could spend like thousands and thousands of credits on comlinks if you wanted to.
Yeah, you can. So anyway, I'm bringing this female into the garage, and I'm taking a wide berth so that I don't get close to anyone. And I'm gonna tell Mira, and this is a sick sentient being. I need to see to her immediately.
I'll spring up and be like, hey, let me assist you.
Certainly.
I got these mushrooms. They might help. I found them. I don't know. Never know.
Mushrooms?
Yeah, they found them outside.
Let me see those. I'm going to do a life science roll on those mushrooms.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Random mushrooms.
I'm guiding the female toward the other room.
Roll 1d20 plus 16. Life science on the mushrooms. Natural 20.
Whoa!
What are these mushrooms?
The
When the
most
hell did you
useless
get
snack.
mushrooms?
I think it was just flavor. Just picking
Yeah,
them up
those are my
outside.
eating mushrooms.
Are they good to eat for Gamorreans?
Pretty much
Sure.
everything is.
They're perfect to eat for the
That's
boys.
about everything.
So yeah, these are
Fuck are these mushrooms? I have nothing on these.
these are Anthony's mushrooms named the
They're
planet Endor, I think.
they're just random mushrooms I found on the ground. They don't do anything.
You made it that 20 on them. They'd do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, no, they're perfect to eat. They're probably imported from some kind of you know how the galaxy spreads, but no, it's good to eat. Edible.
The woman weakly turns and says, "My name is Lyra. I come from the lower levels. There's more like me."
Come, let's get you into a seat and get you some help, and then perhaps you can explain. Your health is the most important thing.
Glitch moves closer, initiating medical scan. Allison. Recommended termination of subject. And in an
Mr.
instant,
Droid, no.
Glitch wrist blaster activates, and he points it directly at Lyra's head.
No, Mr. Droid, no. Stand down. Stand down. Lower it. Lower it.
I'm going to search my feelings at this point, using the Force to determine whether staying with Lyra is a good idea.
Roll, use the force check.
Yeah.
I knew you were a Jedi, damn it.
Oh yeah, you missed that reveal.
Yeah, you missed that chapter, honestly.
That's okay.
Yeah. Pulled out the lightsaber and everything.
Hmm.
The force is off with her. Something is wrong. Something is dark.
I let
It's
Tyler go and back up a little bit and say, "This, Lyra, you may not have much. If I attend to you now, you'll have to keep secret everything that happens from here on."
glitch. Responds with directive. Neutralize infection. Waiting override.
Junk.
Yeah, Mr. Droid, stand down. We're not killing people.
The blaster starts to power up.
Nope. Override.
Roll a mechanics check. If you're going to try to input a mechanics DC 30.
How about a 32?
You lucky bastard. For a moment, nothing happens. Then a faint whirring sound as Glitch's blaster retracts. Override accepted. Weapon deactivated.
Yondo, take her arm. I have the other one. We need to go into that room and gain privacy. Now.
Okay.
No,
Glitch steps back for a moment. Its scanner is still active, but now focused on monitoring Lyra's vitals rather than hitting her. Subject condition critical. Recommend immediate medical intervention.
yeah, that's
going
what
to
they're
do.
doing right now.
We're going to try to shove her into the room.
DM, what role would it be to see if anything is familiar with how sick she's being?
I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing.
Hang on. Give me a minute. Let me check something. This? No. No.
I'm not entirely disagreeing.
You can roll a perception check. Yeah, I'll let it happen with a perception check. Or a survival check.
They're the same modifier. Is a 23 enough? Or would I need to force point?
Oh no, you've been through this before. You recognize that cough.
Mr. Yondo?
Yeah.
You might want to use that antidote.
I'm gonna check see if it's the plague.
It is very very familiar.
26 life science. Is it the plague?
It definitely seems like it.
Like fuck, it followed us. How is this plague spreading so fast? We were all clean.
We'll need to discuss more about that plague shortly. We need to get her into this room, and quietly. I have a plan.
What is it?
As we get her into the room and close the door, we need to lie her down, and we need to sedate her. Now, with what you have. How many doses of this vaccine do you personally have?
1.
Then you'll have to save it. You'll have to save it. Let's get her sedated. As I
She begins coughing and starts to cough up blood.
Mr. Droid, be on standby. Keep an eye on the vitals. I don't want to fight any zombies. Too many zombies. No.
I want to make sure that most of the party does not see what's about to happen. And I'm waiting for Yondo to
You have to walk on eggshells because you don't know what's happening.
It doesn't matter what's happening. for what I'm about to do.
Meanwhile,
Okay.
Junk is starting to freak out. She is
All right, Nando,
going
let's
back
see
and
what you can
forth.
do. Let's see what you can do. Let's get her sedated.
Yeah, sedate her.
As that happens, as you sedate her, there is another knock on the door.
And that's why I'm glad that this curtain is closed. As I reach out without my bag or anything else and lay hands on this Lyra, and I'm going to use the Force. I'm going to summon the Force to have it flow through me and through my very life force using vital transfer. As I
Use the
look
force check.
to Yondo and say, hold her down. I'm attempting to transform my life force into hers to save her life. Purity of my life should at least buy her some time.
What?
Oh,
That's
this
crazy.
I already know what the fuck I'm gonna do here. This is gonna be fun.
I already
Zombie
have a counter plan.
Jedi.
I already have a counter plan.
Ah, but have you thought of a counter to the counter plan to your counter plan?
Fall victim to one of the classic blunders. All right, I'm making the roll now.
Well, your roll determines everything. Because
I'm
if
not
you
gonna
fail
describe
at the roll,
it on the roll.
what's your DC on that?
And the DC on that starts at 20, which would
Okay.
grant. Actually, DC 20 is the second tier, which would give 24 health. And I, suspecting that this is a plague, am going to use a force point to avoid damage to myself during the transfer.
Can you even do that?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. That's part of vital transfer. Which
Okay.
means if what she has is the plague or anything else, then I'm going to be safe from it. So I'm spending a force point to do that.
Okay.
Get countered.
Oh yeah, he countered me. I'll give you that. You countered me this time.
And that's plus 24 hit points to Lyra. As I look over, as I keep my hands, because no doubt there's some glowing essence happening between the palms of my hands and her chest as Yondo gets to see the force firsthand. And I say to him, this is why my practice was secretive.
As Lyra takes a deep breath for the first time able to breathe, for a moment, you're overcome with sickness. But through your training and your skill, you're able to focus and push it aside, and it goes away.
I'm going to make another use the force instead of perception to determine whether the plague inside her has an element of the force within it. Am I allowed to do that?
Yeah, you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to.
Making the roll now. That's an 18. It's not great.
There's something to it. You can almost sense the force. Your connection's a little iffy. There's something more to this. It's not quite the force. It's a corruption of it.
Oh, then my eyes are going to widen up. Both my eyebrows are going to go way high as I turn to Yondo. I see it. I understand it now. As I draw my hands away from her chest and the glow of the force ends.
What the hell did you do to her? How does this work? This is not science.
No, it is the force. The force, the light side of the force, allows some of our kind, with the proper training, very wide to those who are in danger or hurt.
Jedi! You're the only one that can hear that.
Did that come from her?
No.
Where did this come from? Is this a voice in my...
It's a voice in your head.
Okay, all right. Hold her down. Ensure that she's sedated. Do not let her awaken. I'm pulling the lightsaber and I'm lighting it. We're not fooling around.
What are you doing here, Jedi?
As I back up, now Yondo doesn't hear a thing, but I'm toward a corner.
By the way, just so the rest of you understand this, he's pulled a lightsaber and is swinging it around the room.
I'm not swinging it.
For
I'm
a
just on
voice.
guard from
Okay,
whatever
okay,
animal
but he
looking
has
at.
a lightsaber ignited and he's turning around the room.
And I'm backing away from the patient.
None of you can hear this voice because none of you can use the Force.
No.
But right now, Junk is just having a mental breakdown.
Okay, well, I want you to realize this while you're having your mental breakdown. The Jedi has a lightsaber and is looking for a voice only he can hear.
What you're doing? I fucked with Noctis Brutalis all the time. Now I'm gonna get fuck you. Fuck you.
Why did you save that child?
As I say to the air, and nobody else hears the other half of the conversation, so they only hear my half, which is to say to the air, this is a corruption. This is not natural life nor natural death. And Lyra and no one else deserves this corruption of the Force to take them or claim them.
Chuck, you were the only one who can give me a roll. Give me a perception roll.
Oh, shit, me? Oh.
No, Junk.
Oh, Junk, okay.
Junk is the only one who's seen it.
16.
For a quick glance, and I mean quick, you're not even sure that you saw it. For a very quick glance, above Dr. Lamb's head was the faint green mist.
Junk's gonna scream and run.
I'm gonna look back and forth.
Good.
See it.
Away from the glow. Away from the glow.
I still can't see it.
Junk is getting in a pile of stuff and hiding.
I'm in combat mode. Wherever this is going to come from.
I'm
just holding out the upper hand with my combat glove to Janos. Make sure that she's sedated and secure. I don't know what this is yet.
Oh, yeah. What was that for, Junk?
That's Junk's stealth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Legs sticking out and flailing. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, she's basically halfway in a pile of junk. Her lower half just sticking out. And she thinks she's safe and hidden.
You do not belong, Jedi.
The only way that you would say this is if the Force has been corrupted somewhere here. That is what I came to Terrace to discover, although I didn't know that this would be a corruption. But now I know where to look, and I will discover you.
There's a full-on crackle in your head. Just a full-on...
As I lash my way around searching for the sword, and there is none.
There is none. Come then, Jedi. Seek me and you shall find. Come.
I will and I must.
You will die like the rest.
Die?
The voice goes quiet, and there is another knock on the door.
Junk is not leaving her hiding spot. Because it is the best hiding spot ever.
And I'm going to rely on the Force again to tell me whether this is safe. Making the roll now. $21.
The room is safe. However, the Force is starting to become unsettling. You can feel the planet shift.
Feel the planet shift? Okay.
The Force around the planet, yes.
Yeah, I'm stumbling to whatever 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 table or chair there is, and I'm leaning on it.
Something is off. As this the time something is off with the force on this planet.
Yeah, as Dr. Lamb is starting to sweat.
The hell's going on?
I'm not sure. Whatever it is. This is a part of it. As I wave a hand toward the now breathing alien on our table.
You know what? This plague started when we found a alien artifact. I don't even know what it was. We were on a quest to find a artifact. It was like a mask.
An artifact?
Yeah. And Junk, didn't you say something? You found another artifact?
Junk is not leaving her pile.
Junk.
Talk.
Hang on. I wanna play with Junk a bit here. What would be the role? Give me an endurance check. Junk.
Oh, joy! I am very good at those with a +3.
No, because this is what I want to do. I want to see if you can even muster. Memories,
Apparently.
memories of the Rancor come.
Big beast.
Yeah, you mentioned something about a big beast, but did you find another artifact, Junk?
There's another mask. Then the vine started moving. Then there was a big rancor thing. And then everything started shaking. So I ran. I was just like, last thing we found, it made zombies. And then there was zombies on the zombies in the medical lab. Then that lady chanting things with that green glow that was over his head. And then
down.
Look, I don't.
I love that.
I don't know much about this force crap, but obviously it's connected. What do you think, Jedi?
I finally settle into my seat rather than leaning on it. And my eyes are already closed, and I'm not answering the question. And my lips are murmuring something, almost intelligible.
I know what I want to do. Hang on. I don't even have this pulled up.
As Dr. Lamb, his true name still unrevealed, is going to sit there and very quietly, almost unheard, whisper an older version of the Jedi code. Emotion, yet peace. Ignorance, yet knowledge. Passion, yet serenity. Chaos, yet harmony. Death, yet the Force. And then my eyes open. I
The
think I
droid
have
is
theories upon this now.
the droid has recorded everything.
Yondo, see to the patient. Tell me what their condition is.
Okay, I'll make a treat injury roll or a life science roll. I'll do the same modifier. It's 33. What's the patient looking like?
The patient seems fine. Seems perfectly healthy now.
She seems perfectly healthy now.
I slowly inch myself to my feet, coughing only once. I'm glad that thing didn't affect me.
There's still a knock at the door.
We need to see who that is and decide whether this is truly important. We have much to discuss.
Okay, I'll go to the door. Who is it?
Are you opening the door? Or are you just saying
No,
this through the door?
I'm saying it through the door. Look through the people.
I heard there's a doctor here.
Hold on 1 second, and I'll say, out of earshot of the door, I'll be like, "Look, this place, I think it's spread to the lower city. It's gonna get out of hand really fast. There's another patient. How many times can you do that force trick?"
I look up as my haggard head looks up. That's not the problem. The problem is what's causing all of it. I could perhaps save one more patient this way. Depending on what you see in their condition, I can act as a... but only once more.
Well, it's your call. Do you want to use it on a random patient?
Well, it's your call to determine how far or whether this is the plague. Determine that. Treat them if you can. If you
Yeah, no,
cannot,
I've already determined it. It is the plague, like I said, and I need the antidote, and that takes time to synthesize. I don't have the ingredients here, and this in Valshir or Talshir, it was so out of hand. Every single citizen was infected and was huddling the doctor's clinic. We got to get out of here. There's no way we can treat everybody.
The Imperials
if
burnt that place down to the ground.
Yeah.
there was
Saw the
Oh,
fires.
yeah. None of you saw the junk.
Yeah, they said
saw the fires.
they were gonna
Everything
cleanse the
burnt.
planet. Like we gotta get off planet or stop this plague from spreading. Like now, like I think our answer is that second mass. So, Junk, do you know where that is?
Yeah. Are we going? We have to leave the city for that. But wasn't the way blocked? That's why we were going to the little city, so we can leave without out there being a blocked way. Then we can get out of here. Then we can be there to get the show. Leave.
I say we check our chances, try to pass the blockade. Like we have to get that mask. That's the only thing I can think of. This doesn't make any sense.
how
We
many
can't.
have come to the door? Is it merely one?
I'll open. I'll look through the door hole. Is it just one person?
There's 4.
There's 4 people. They're gonna swarm this place.
We cannot save them all. However, we can save. If there were only one, then we would save them. The Force is telling us that we cannot save these people this way. But this Lyra came to us, and came to us alone. That means that Lyra is important to this, somehow. It is unfortunate that there will be, in any plague, casualties before the plague is cured.
I'll wake Lyra up, anti-sedation or whatever.
No, don't. She needs her rest.
Okay, I'll stop. Well, if Lyra's important, don't we need to talk to her?
Yes, but she needs time. After all, she's been cured by the Force itself, which, if I am right, among the many times that I have done this, has cured her condition. But this condition did not leave her easily. Perhaps I should explain. This is not a biological element. This is not a disease. It is a corruption of the Force itself.
Then why can the antidote cure it then?
Perhaps the antidote or the elements of the antidote have elements of the Force within them.
The
mushroom people.
That's where some of the ingredients came from. Yeah, that makes sense.
May I see the sample?
Yeah, sure. And I'll give him the sample.
I'll sit back in the seat, close my eyes, give it a moment.
Are you going to use the Force on it?
Yes.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Congratulations, it has the Force.
Oh, it's more than that. It's the first time I've got a Jedi to come look at this.
31.
As you put your hand over and feel the Force, it's as if you have touched a virgin itself. You can feel the entire planet in that one moment that you open yourself up?
My eyes open, and the pupils of my eyes shrink to points as I see beyond sight, or at least feel something beyond feeling. It's not very often that a Jedi feels the.
You were testing the Force. This is the living Force in this antidote.
I blink a few times as I come out of that trance. You found it. You found it.
Found what?
This is the solution to the plague, and it is enveloped or infused with the light side of the Force.
Yeah, but
We have
you
a
can only
great,
make
we
so
have a great
much.
deal. We have a great deal to immediately discuss. Perhaps we won't need to.
Yeah, I'm sure they got plenty of antidotes on the Star Destroyer we came from. I thought the Empire had to make it, but
The Empire is incapable of interacting successfully. It has to be something planet-side. It has to be. It's why I've been here the whole time.
I say we go after that second mass. It's the only thing I can think of.
DM, I'm going to ask for my destiny right now.
Your destiny?
Yep. Gonna ask for my destiny right now.
If you're
Give me.
asking me,
I
then your
am.
destiny. Okay, I
I'm
can give you
asking
a destiny right
for
now.
a destiny. I'm asking
You,
for a destiny. I
you
don't have.
are a guardian, right? Oh
This
no,
is
you were
Jedi
a counselor. You were a
Council.
counselor.
Yes.
The Force here calls to you. It is definitely calling your name. Your destiny.
And I want the destiny of Cure Terrace.
That is an option. I can't guarantee that you'll cure. That depends on your choices and the way the
Yes,
plays out.
I know. But it's why I was
Okay.
here. It's why I've been here. It's why I've come to this place. It's why my study's the way it is. But curing Terrace and the Terrasian people and getting rid of this plague, defeating this plague is the death.
You have that destiny.
Da 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 da.
8 destiny points. Thank you.
Use
And
the
he
white.
said to Yondo first, you're a doctor. Perhaps I can speak to you this way. This is a curative, although more than a curative, a balance to the corruption that has been placed on the dark side of the Force here. I need to start from the beginning. It's quite the story.
Okay. Like I said, we were hired to go into the old city and go in. We found that lab, and in the lab there was an artifact, and we gave the artifact. And as soon as we touched the artifact, zombies came up and attacked us. And uh,
Movies.
yeah,
Yeah, you
and
have no clue what the fuck he's talking about.
Describe them. Describe these walking dead.
they were dead. They were corrupted, and they it was a hell of a battle. But we fought our way through, and there was a native terrorist mushroom guy that I got a sample from, and
A question.
yeah,
A question first before you go further.
Jo-
How
Jo-
long had these entities been devoid of life?
a long time.
How long?
I don't know. I didn't study them.
Can you give an estimate? Was this a fresh infection of this corruption?
No, it was ancient. It was like they were dead for a long time.
Ancient? What does ancient mean?
Uh, uh, I would say dead at least a couple months. Maybe they were rotten.
Rotten?
Yeah.
Hmm. Can you describe their features?
Stormtrooper, green glowing eyes, dead. They weren't very
Wait,
smart.
green eyes?
Yeah,
Yeah, and there was a similar glow in the medical lab all over the place
yeah.
from
Chuck,
that lady.
why don't you tell us the story of the moon base starting from the beginning?
Okay, that so I was feeling sick from the plague, so they took me to their moon lab base, uh, put me in a bacta tank, and they had the main antidote sample. Anyways, they were studying it, and then suddenly a bunch of the zombies start attacking.
Who are they?
The Empire
The
stormtroopers,
yeah
right?
yeah. They were looking at the sample of the antidote that I had on me, or what was it? Was it that they had brought from him? I can't remember.
You had the original sample
Yeah,
from the mushroom.
yeah, and Junk has given that original sample back to Yondo. But yeah. Anyways, then the zombie things attacked. They tried to get me in my in the bacta tank that I was put in.
These, these zombies on this moon base. Did they have green glowing eyes as well?
Yes, their eyes glowed green. There was a green mist. There was a lady that threw a ball of green energy that exploded at me.
Oh, slow down. Green mist. Did you encounter that in this lab where you found the zombies initially?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember a green mist.
Uh, uh,
You never encountered the green mist.
You, Gamorrean, do you remember? Do you remember whether there was a green mist in this lab on this planet?
No, didn't sound familiar. I just
But there were
remember all
very
these
green
zombies.
glows.
And I just kept hitting them, but didn't really seem to do much. It's got me worried.
What is the Gamorrean saying?
He says no.
Hmm.
Man,
I will say that I was suffering from the plague at some point. There was a voice in my head that would tell me to kill and such things. At least till I managed to grab the antidote and inject myself.
Was it a coarse feminine voice?
DM.
No, it was your own voice.
It was my own voice.
I see.
Uh,
I see.
DM.
yeah.
What about that chanting lady that Junk had run into? Was that a coarse voice?
Yes.
Yeah, but that coarse voice with that sounds like that chanting lady that was on that moon base.
Is this
Crazy
the
America
same
during the
chanting
Civil
lady
War
that
had a
threw a green
hard
energy
time to
source at
officiate
you?
a park.
Yeah, yes.
Do you have galactic, Dr. Lamb?
I.
What is it? It's galactic something. Is it
Galactic
lore?
Galactic lore.
Galactic lore.
Yeah, do you have that?
I do not.
I can
Oh, I
make
can't wait to
I
do
can
that.
make a check with proficiency on it with spontaneous skill.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
I'll allow
spontaneous
you to
skill.
roll.
What? You
Hey,
have spontaneous skill?
Yeah.
hey,
Holy crap!
It's
hey,
this is more for Doctor Lamb being a Jedi. He'd be the only one who would know. They
uh,
weren't really known. I
DM.
mean, yes.
When I was with the mushroom people, I did get a nat 20 to be like, oh yeah, Jedi. With that allow me to do a untrained check.
The reason being is she's a Night Sister, and they
I'll do.
weren't really
I'll
well
try to
known.
do. I will do. You know what? Is this Night Sister information uh, related to the Force? If that's the case, can I use the Force check instead?
Oh,
If
you can
not,
definitely use the Force check to see all this.
anyway, because obviously this sounds like a Force thing for someone to do.
But you're going to have to ask the Force this question. That's what
Oh,
you'll be doing.
yeah, I did not roll. I did not roll. So what I will say is there are many practitioners other than the Jedi. It was one of my fields of study, indirectly. It's entirely possible that you're dealing with a dark practitioner of the Force, using corruptive force to expand their aims and claims, whatever they may be. It sounds as though the Force is heavily invested in this plague, and that there are those who know of disruptions to this corruption. One of them spoke to me. That's why I mentioned this coarse feminine voice to you, to see whether you have heard it, or something like it.
yeah, the chanting lady that tried to explode me with green
Look,
energy.
this plague is not natural. I can see that much. It's spreading way too quickly, and it seems to be following us. If anything, I think when we took that artifact, we were cursed, and now it's following us because we touched the artifact. I'm hoping the other artifact will have the cure or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what else to do. That's the only thing that makes
I,
sense to me. I'm a man of
I
science.
will
It doesn't
say,
make any sense.
well, I think this lady might be able to control the zombies because well, me and droid I medical droid were fighting some. At one point, they just stood up and walked away.
She must have the mask then. That's the only thing that makes sense. Uh,
Maybe don't know. I was too scared to really look and see. It
Joe,
was really
describe
scary.
describe the second mask to us. You mentioned it briefly before. That's what I'm basing my information on. Describe it to us.
Yeah.
It was a half mask. That
Any
that
any features about it?
It was
uh,
blue.
it,
Matter of fact, I'll let you do. Is it how do we do like? Oh,
My
hang
first
on.
question, you've
just a
seen
bit.
the first artifact and handled it, yes?
Yeah,
In the lab, what side of the face was this?
I'll say the side, but I don't remember.
It was the if I'm incorrect. Hang on, I have them.
I think
That side's the left eye, DM.
I believe the life is the left and the right is death.
No, you've got it backwards.
I have them backwards.
Yeah. The dark part is the one they found first. That's
yeah.
over the left eye. So it's the right side of the mask.
Yeah, and the one I saw in that place was the opposite of that. That.
No, the death
Yep.
is the right and the life is the left. I'm looking at the
Yeah,
pictures right now.
as you're looking at it, yes. Yes.
Yeah, there's looking at it and wearing it side.
So from what I gather,
True.
these are two halves of a singular artifact.
Yeah.
Perhaps the center of the mask, was it cleft cleanly, or was it broken?
I don't remember.
You can give me a perception check, and depending on your...
Alrighty.
I'll use perception for memory.
How about a 30?
All right. What you're going to remember, the mask was white and blue.
Posted! Posted!
I am. Hang on.
Post the pic!
Yeah, she pauses,
And wasn't there
kind of hits her
something?
head a few times.
This is above table, but wasn't there something about life growing all around it or something? Like it was.
Oh, yeah. The vines in the
Yeah.
forest was moving around Junk.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to get out of Junk right now. By the way.
Good luck.
Junk-
Junk is amazing with this. I love it.
No, here's the thing. Junk has mentioned that part multiple times.
Junk has, but Junk comes off that shit crazy, and I love it.
Right.
Because when Junk starts talking about it, y'all are like, Junk is crazy.
Do you remember whether the mask was cleft clean or broken?
DM, cleft clean.
It was clean.
You cleft clean.
Was there? You mentioned
sit right
something
back
about
on.
life growing around it or something.
Yeah, the vines moving about. They revealed a rancor, and then I just ran away.
I am now going to use my life science, which I do have, at the mention of Rancor. Try to remember what the heck a Rancor is.
Well, we can't take on a Rancor.
Well, hopefully we just roll so I can tell you that.
I'll make a life science roll too for Rancor.
Yeah, you can all do it.
Yeah, I've got life sciences. I've got life sciences.
I have untrained life knowledge. Just a basic intelligence.
Don't worry about that. I've got something. I've got a
Junk
plus.
is better than Lando.
Hey, this is how Junk.
It's not a big surprise. I've been living under a rock for the past few years. Been living under a rock. That's not a big surprise.
Let me put it this way.
Well, I'm good at this. Let's start at the bottom. Let's start with Dr. Lamb. Dr. Lamb, Lancor was one of those.
I just raise an eyebrow at the word Rancor, noting that it sounds dangerous, but I can't remember what the heck a Rancor is.
The doctor doesn't believe in rancors.
Let me put it this
And
way.
as
It's
Chuck-
CL11, but it's balanced for vehicle combat. It's not really for character scale.
There was a point that thing was guarding that.
Luke did it. Boba Fett did it. Guess what?
Well, y'all will take
It
it on
has
one way or
138
another.
hit points and fast it regenerates. So
Yeah. Anyway, I don't understand what a Rancor is. It sounds dangerous, though.
Very big, very slobbery, very scary. I ran.
And this creature protected the mask.
I assume so. I mean, I
Junk.
was there looking at it.
You also remember the way the Force.
The forest shook.
And shifted.
Yeah.
The vines moved.
Yeah. The vines were moving about, and the vines moved, revealed a cave that the rancor just stepped out of.
Vines. Tell me more about these vines. You say that they moved on their own?
Yeah, they were alive.
What color were these vines?
Yeah, green?
Verdant green.
Verdant.
Plant vines moving on their own. That's definitely not natural. I suspect that the force is infused here as well.
That's part of why I ran away. That and big slobbery rancor.
I mean,
Have you
y'all
encountered anything else on this planet that seemed unnatural?
Zombies?
Ow!
There was a green wolf with vines. It was made out of vines. It was like a spectral creature.
Right?
What? Where?
On our way to the temple, I think it was its guardian or something. We ended up killing it.
It said something to you.
I don't remember.
I see. So this planet is corrupted. Its very life flows are corrupted. And there's something here on this planet. I think I'm beginning to see it now. Two halves of an artifact. I wish that we had a Jedi Sentinel here. They know more typically about artifacts than counselors do. Counselors within the Jedi Order were made to investigate the mystical and mythical, and in that respect I may be of great help. I believe that that's why the Force has brought me here to Taris.
Okay, I say we can't take on a Rancor. We need like a walker or something. But I say we take vehicles like the speeder and like maybe a land speeder or something. Let's all go to this temple, grab the artifact, and run, and then we'll figure out what to do there. I think the
No,
artifact's the key.
can't run. We can't run.
Well, we can't take
must-
on a Rancor. We need like a heavy artillery or something.
Perhaps we don't need to. There are many alternatives in defeating a foe. Fighting is only one of them.
Maybe poison it. Get some food rations, and I can synthesize a poison with my medical skill.
But remember, all of this surrounds the Force, and in this respect I may be invaluable. So we need to determine more facing. Back to your story. This woman who threw this energy at you. Can you describe her clothing? What species was she? Anything that you can tell me might be vitally important.
I will do a perception check.
Behind you, the droid activates, initiating memory playback. Previous encounter with subject Rancor. Location forest area near ancient. As his eyes project a scene of dense foliage and vibrant, teeming with life. Junk steps closer to a stone and moss vines, and at its center lies the mask, glowing faintly with another world. The next you see, vines shifting, Junk and the droid running. And it freezes. The projection freezes for a moment, and you see the face of the Rancor.
Well,
Very
that's a
slobbery. Very angry.
That's the face you see.
That's a friendly face.
Memory error. Memory error. And the projection ends.
You did good, Mr. Droid. She'll pat it on one of its joints.
This Junk was there for a reason. Junk was meant to see this, and also to warn us of what we will have to deal with in attempting to retrieve this artifact. This is the Force at work.
I guess. I don't know.
People and events happen precisely when they should. If they happen against varying odds, if they stand out as mystical or mythical, the Force is often involved, either directly or indirectly. This has
Memory.
been part of the realms of my study, and part of the reason that I was not with the Jedi Order when the order came down from General Kenobi. But enough of that. What we have are two halves of an artifact that have likely been separated from each other, and each one of these has a separate purpose inferior to the artifact if it is made whole. It is also evident that the presence of that mask may have infused the entire area around it with the Force itself, which means, and I suddenly stand bolt upright, that half of the mask, it's a Virgins. Virginses can be objects. I don't know why I didn't see it sooner. Of
What's
course
a
it is.
virgin?
It has to be. What does the Gomorian say?
What's a virgins?
Virgins. The Force is a flowing thing. It flows through you as you're speaking to me. It flows through the table, through Lyra that's on the table, which is part of the reason that I was able to heal her and to discover the corruption to its normal flows. It has a light side. It has a dark side that comes with it. The two are intertwined. And many Jedi choose not to believe this because they are afraid of the dark side. As well they should be. But this is not the normal operation. This is something else, something corrupted. It is as if this half of this mask represents life, life uncontrolled. And likewise, the dark side is being controlled by someone who knows how to manipulate this force, even in its corrupted state. That is my theory. Now, as part of the Jedi Order, my specialty was investigating divergences where the Force narrows into a single place or a single object, or even a single point, an echo of the past or portents of the future, a gathering point for the Force itself. The vines that moved, a creature protecting it, these are hallmarks of a virgin. And I believe that you have stumbled upon what I've been searching for years.
Well, like I said, I think this artifact it's the second half, so maybe it's the opposite. Maybe it'll heal the plague. We have to get
Possible.
it.
That may be possible, but there is a greater risk. It's entirely possible that the Force is both the light and the dark side. See, this planet's life. It's an ebb and flow of life and death amongst many different species. It's been dying for thousands of years. This happens to be the case on a city world, like Coruscant. The flow of the Force is altered because there is no natural life on a city world. And such is the case, or has been the case, with Terrace, which might explain the rise of the original plague. And now this. And the artifacts themselves may have been involved, and they may not have. But I believe that we've stumbled upon a powerful artifact of the Force, broken, and now much more dangerous than it was when it was. That is why we must not leave this. Because if this continues, the artifact could destabilize, reach out into space, and infect everyone who touches it, like a plague inside the Force itself.
What do you want to do?
I agree with you. We must find this artifact. We must claim both halves of it somehow and wrench it from the hands of this evil user of the Force that uses its corruption to animate the dead. It is an easy theory to believe that the half of this artifact that this woman has involves death.
So the other half must involve life.
But is not the solution in and of it. Death is a natural thing. It is the death of the plague that the plague brings that must be confronted, controlled. That is why we need to protect life and the death that the plague brings. The animated dead spread it. Therefore, we need to have both halves in our possession, somehow. We cannot fight one half with the other, any more than you can fight the light side of the Force with the dark, and to firmly succeed. Force doesn't work that. It's part of the reasons that I was sent on this distant mission. The Jedi Order didn't believe me. But we can't leave Terrace. Not with this level of threat. And who else amongst these city dwellers would even try to do this? As you've said, the Empire has elements of the cure, but refuse to disseminate it. It means they've probably been affected by the dark side too.
So
Then-
our plan seems simple. We got to go to this temple and get the other part of the mask.
Well, the first thing that we need to do is to get out of this. And we need to warn people. We need to warn people that the plague is. We need to let them know it is.
I think it's already too late for that. It's spreading. It spreads so rapidly. Within a couple hours, this place is going to be swarmed by patients, and the Empire is probably they destroyed the other part of the city, the Tal Shir.
Perhaps.
They're probably
but
going to
perhaps
destroy
not.
this part too.
Yes, but actually there is an advantage. If, as you say, Junk, that this death artifact and the source of these Walking Dead has been taken to a moon base, that means that this half, which may be a vergence unto its own, that vergence is not here and is far away, which means that the spread of the virus might be slower than it once was. I certainly hope so.
We don't know where the first half of the mask is.
I stand up again, emboldened. That is why I'm here. That's why the Force has brought me here. To search down these vergences and to tend to them. I'm no sentinel, but I can understand the mystic, find them, and to track them down, and to reclaim them. And perhaps, if we can find out more, perhaps rejoin the Force as it should be.
Unknown to the group, a shadowy figure has slipped in the garage. Moving with surprisingly stealthful, his eyes gleam with cunning as he is. The heavy footsteps are muffled by the noise. His eyes locked on his prize. The party remains oblivious. Their attention focused elsewhere, and with a swift, practiced motion, Galnar swings his leg over the seat, and the engine roars to life.
That garage door's closed. He's not going anywhere.
Oh, he opened the door. I did all the rolls.
No. Even with all this, we're going to hear a garage door. I'm making a perception roll.
Oh, you're gonna hear the roar. You're gonna hear the roar of the bike for sure.
And it probably would be Ortug, because Ortug never. He's the closest to the door.
Yeah, and I got
Well,
those pig ears.
So I failed that anyway. It's up to you guys. Otherwise, this is going to get complicated.
Perception.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna roll that perception. How will I show?
Junk, you're definitely gonna notice.
Okay. Little pig ears. Not
Junk
working
is
so
the
well.
only one who catches it. Junk has the highest.
Yep.
Galnar gives a wicked grin, his tusks glinting in the dim light. Mine now, he growls. So he revs the bike.
Junk is gonna leap forward and slam a wrench down into some parts of the bike to basically disable it before he can go off with it.
Okay, you're gonna make. I'm gonna do control
Hey,
check.
and I, if you would allow, this could be a jury rig thing.
Yeah, all out.
And I do have quick fix.
It's going to be an opposed roll though, so it's going to be your roll doing a jury
Yeah, my mechanics roll.
to his pilot roll to see if he can get it out. Can you beat a 16?
How about a
Yeah.
30?
Okay, so you damage some parts.
Yeah, she basically goes it and just rams her wrench in, twists it to try to get the engine to disable before it can fly off.
So as he revs the bike and you lurch forward, the bike jerks to a halt and falls to the floor as he lurches off and forward.
I'll pull up my blaster and be like, what the
Yeah,
fuck you doing?
Junk is pulling her needler and putting it to his head. You made me damage my work. Made me damage my work.
This is definitely up to you guys. I'm communicating.
I'll shoot him.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna shoot him.
Yeah. Hold up. Let me. There. Doc is deaf.
+9. I'm just opening fire. Roll.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's 15. Does a
Ju-
15 hit him?
But Junk isn't really thinking straight, so yeah. Well, let me. What's my needler roll? Do. Pleasure, bless, mace, knife, needler. A +7. Okay.
Oh, you stupid thing.
Oh yeah, and +1 from point blank because she does have the needler to his head. And somehow we'll miss.
Okay, hang on here. Pulling everything up. Yeah, none of you are gonna hit.
Even though Junk has the needler to his head.
It was too close.
So
Yeah.
he dodges the shots.
Snowball into my
And
gun.
he puts his hands up and he snorts. You got me. You got me.
You made me damage my work.
I'm gonna punch him.
Oh yeah. Chunk's gonna tackle him. You damaged my work. Flying body block. Oh.
24 for a punch, like a pistol whip.
Oh, don't melee the Gamorrean.
Oink.
Do I hit?
Or dog eat.
That will hit.
Or dog eat.
What's a untrained unarmed attack?
I think a D4.
Yep.
1d4 plus strength
Yep.
Yes.
You are exactly correct, sir.
plus half heroic level, so +4. 8 damage to his face.
To the
Just
face.
okay.
8 damage. Pathetic. Just letting you know that.
Say, you piece of shit, get the fuck out of here before I change my mind.
Yeah. Yeah. I can imagine it because Yondo's like, just got in a friggin' bike chase. They tried to take my bike twice. You're not getting it. Yondo's probably super pissed right now.
Yep. We've got bigger things to worry about. It's like now of all times when we're just.
He reaches up and rubs his jaw, and he glares at you. There'll always be another time.
Get the fuck out of here before I change my mind. I say good morning.
He slinks off out the way he came.
Junk is gonna push the bike onto the lift, raise it up, and just start getting to work, just muttering obscenities in the myriad of languages she knows.
The glitch behind you scans the bike and says, multiple fractures detected.
Yeah, I know, fucking know. Yeah, didn't want him to escape with it. My work. So, I guess a mechanic's roll for repair.
Yeah. Your DC is 35. There's a reason. You beat a fucking 35. Oh, I was like, fucking.
Am I getting assistant from Mr. Droid?
You can get a +2 from the droid.
How about a 40?
Son of a bitch!
Ask and ye shall
That was
receive.
two. Do you realize that was 2 20s?
Ask and ye shall receive. And then deliver.
You son of a bitch. I even made it harder.
Yeah, Junk is just angry fixing. Fucking it's just constantly switching languages.
The bike is more damaged than what it was before. The fixes aren't that easy. Though you did it.
Oh, come on, DM. It's a 40. It's a 40, DM.
You can't fix it right away.
It's a goddamn 40.
I'm gonna have to do it this way. Gonna have
Not
to do
even
this
I
way.
can deny that. That's a 40 with an improviser. Fuck. You know it. I know it.
Can't instantly fix things. There has to be time.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, it wasn't going to be fixable, all right? That's what Tyrell got you. It wasn't going to be fixable.
Well, it's going to be fixable by Zwelde when we race the thing.
Fucking 40, I hate you. The next one's going to be like a DC of 50. Go fuck yourself.
I think the max DC I've ever done is 40. I think that's the max I've ever done is the 40.
But all right, that's where we're at with that.
Right.
You
So after all
shithead
this-
stopped my whole theft of the bike.
Junk is gonna install some sort of remote to start stop.
Yeah.
So that she doesn't have to damage her bike again to stop it from getting away.
You can put a security lock on the bike.
Yes, pretty much.
You think?
She's putting a security lock in.
Yeah.
Try to steal my work with fucking don't you your goddamn bacon head.
Meanwhile, I in my little inward thoughts and say to Yondo, you're right. We do have two choices. We can take on the annual, gain patronage from the middle city, and have some form of cover to exit the city. But still,
No, it's
we
too
could
late.
be
We have to
recruited.
get that artifact now. We have to go right now and get it. This place is going to be plague city in a matter of hours, and people are going to be dying left and right. We have to hope this artifact can cure it.
Then I would agree. We have to find some way and abandon this. But we still might turn this to our advantage. Remember,
Let's take.
this is a race-worthy bike. Merba! Where's Merba?
I mean, Myra?
Myra.
Myra
What's
went
wrong?
to bed long ago. When
She didn't hear the attempted theft? We're going to wake her up. I'm going to go wake her up right now.
Sure, go into the ladies' room and see how they.
Mariah, get up. This is important. We need you awake now. There's a problem with the bike.
Hang on. Lucky for you. Let's see. Okay, this went badly. So this is gonna be fun. She immediately pulls a blaster pistol and puts it in your face.
Okay.
You went into her room.
Yeah.
She rolled a 1 on perception. She doesn't know who the fuck you are this hour. She's pulling a gun.
And this is the low city, and I understand that. I said, Mira, it's me. It's Dr. Lamb. There's a problem with the bike.
What? What's going on?
You might want to put down the weapon.
She puts the weapon down, shakes her head a bit, and goes, What you do to the bike?
Come and see. Come and see. There are other things to discuss.
So she gets
Come
up,
into junk angry fixing.
Yeah.
she puts on her clothes and heads out. What happened to the bike?
Yeah, that pighead racer tried to take my work.
Pighead.
I had to stop it from going. The only thing I
racist.
do
That's the kind of racist to say that.
that when somebody tries to steal my work, I have free reign to call that person whatever the fuck I want.
Slippery slope.
She turns and looks at you, Dr. Lamb, a bit confused, as she doesn't speak Gamorrean.
Neither does junk.
Either. I look around the room for help because I don't speak either.
He's saying it's racist.
Okay, it broke because it's racist?
No,
She rubs her eyes.
the Gamorrean razor tried to steal my work, and I had to stop him from running away because he managed to get the doors open, and we only heard the revving. But and the only thing I could do was mess up some parts so it wouldn't run. And now here I am fixing up the work that I had to do to keep the bike from going away.
We
So
got bigger
she
problems.
turns and immediately looks at Ortug when y'all say Gamorrean.
The racer one
The racer one.
from the track.
Yeah,
Y'all let
I'm a
him-
different Gamorrean. That's also a little racist, but that's
Y'all
why
let-
I just woke up.
Y'all let him in here? Why?
He got in on his own.
Yeah,
I live here.
We were talking in a different room. Didn't hear him break in.
I turn to Yando and I say, with one eyebrow raised, you do realize that your second plan will sacrifice a great deal of your credits?
What are you talking about?
If we attempt to leave the lower city in the direction that you implied, it may be days for us to solve this. This does not sound like an easy matter, especially concerning.
Well, I'm taking the bike with me. I'm taking the bike with me. We can leave with the bike and maybe borrow one of Mira's land speeders or something.
What? Where are you going?
There's a plague happening in the fucking streets. If I don't do this, millions of
Come.
people are gonna die.
I grab Miria and bring her to Lyra.
Who the hell's this?
A plague
She was
victim. It's
infected.
spreading. It's fast. The Empire's gonna glass the city if I don't fix this now.
She turns and looks. Let's see what she sees. She looks fine to me.
Yeah, because we don't worry about it, but we need to do this to fucking cure this plague. We need to borrow a land speeder.
What plague?
Go outside. There's people lining up at the door right now. What do you think happened to Tel Shear? Why do you think there's planetary blockade?
She walks to the door and there's nobody out there. None of you greeted the other people.
Well, they must have
Nobody.
left.
What in the world are you talking about?
Can I
You
roll
can
like
roll
a
the persuasion. You can roll the persuasion, yes. If
Okay,
you try without it, it's not going to work. So, yeah, you got to think about shit crazy right now.
Technically, we are.
plus 11. Look, there's a plague infecting the streets of Terrace. If you don't help us, billions of people are going to die, and this city's going to be glass, including your own life. Just trust me on this.
She takes a seat down and says, "There's always a."
Not like this. Not like this. If what
Tel
you're
Shear
Shear's
is
saying,
glass because of this.
Tel Shear. What's Tel Shear?
The
Tel
jungle
Shear is
resort.
it's the small nature tourist resort that's not part of the city planet.
You
It's one of
mean
the
that?
few places that natural life still lives.
You mean that Imperial Hideaway, Velshire?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's burnt.
It's burnt. What's burnt? The bike?
Oh,
All
the
out here.
Del Shear. Burnt to the
Velshire
ground.
is. Why? What do you mean burnt to the ground? It's a city.
Not anymore.
And
The
the
Empire
Imperials
glassed
burnt
it
it.
because of this plague. Now, the Empire is putting pressure on this city is too, and as soon as they find the plague's going to spread, they're going to glass this city too. So I gotta. The only way I have to go out into the jungle, and I need your help to do it with your car.
We are doing this.
Right.
We must.
Hang on here.
I am mentioning that it is entirely possible that our quest to stop the planetary plague is going to last longer than Zell's day.
Behind you, the glitch springs to life and plays a video of when y'all where there was walkers and flamethrowers.
Oh, yeah. And now I'm looking at that. What are we seeing? I look at junk. What are we seeing here?
That's the from the exit that I came in from.
So there is a breach to the outside.
Yeah, it's just got Imperials with walkers at it now for some reason.
Hmm.
Well, let's go check it out at least. Let's scope it out with our vehicles and see if they're still there or if there's a breach. We have to get to that temple. I don't know what else to do.
Right.
Now, you say that there were mushroom people involved in the
Yep.
formation, and I'm still holding the cure in hand to produce this.
Yep.
You
And that
have
might be a part of the solution as well. There are whole species that interact with the Force in ways that we do not. If they know that this is the cure, then they may know much more than we believe. The only problem is finding it out in a way that we can understand. And gathering the artifact may not serve us well if we don't know how to use it, if we don't know its history, if we don't know how it's connected to the Force. We have much to learn. And the more that you speak, Yondo, the more right that you become.
We have to get that artifact. I don't know what else to do.
I would agree. We have to
So,
take great risks.
Mira, let's borrow a vehicle and let's go check out the exit to the city and see if it's still blockaded.
Perhaps
She
we
rubs
can
it.
take advantages of this. If we do not intend to race in the annual, which we won't need to if we take this route, then perhaps we can ask some intelligent questions of some erstwhile enemies. Perhaps we can curry favor.
Whoa. What do you mean? That was our deal.
Yes,
The bike is still mine.
that may be true. But withdrawing from the annual is something that others may want us to do. And in exchange for doing that, we
I
can
still
gain
get the
information
bike.
and you can gain the bike for whatever race that you intend to race it in. If the bike is good
Well,
enough to carry a
let's not get
competent
ahead of
pilot,
ourselves. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. The race is Friday. Let's just try to get this mass first and see where we're at.
if we leave the lower city and trek over long distances,
I'm
fighting large creatures and meeting other
taking
races, it will
vehicles.
take more than several days.
No,
So
if
we
we
need
take
to
vehicles
attend
there, it
to
won't take that long.
well, we need to leave the bike behind and to make sure that we
No,
honor
why don't we
whatever
take it with
deals
us?
that are public. Because it's a racing swoop bike, and that's the jungle. It's probably not the best vehicle.
I could go slow. It's fine.
While time is of the essence. So what we need, Mira, is to exchange this racing bike, and the rusty doctors will have almost no choice but to withdraw from the annual because of the time it will take to take this alternate path. We can't do both things. It will simply take too long.
Hold on. Damn, if we go to the jungle, how long would it take?
If you go on foot, you'll have to make some checks, and Junk would have to lead the way, and you could get there in a
What if we
day.
take a car? What if we take? How long is the race?
You're
I
not
mean,
considering
the race will be rather quick,
You're not
but
considering the fact of mission time in case someone gets injured or catches the plague. It might slow us down
We all have
unexpectedly.
the. I'm
We can
trying to
take
ask the
care of
damn questions here. How long? How long away is the race from today?
well, the race is about 2 days out.
So it take a day to get there if we go by foot. And why don't we take a vehicle there to make it quicker, and we can get
If
the
you
mass and then figure it out.
if you could take a vehicle, it would take about half a day. What?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
problem is
So
the blockade.
th- how long till we get to the point of the blockade?
Oh, I mean, you could be in the blockade in
About what?
about an hour. I mean, it wouldn't take
Yeah,
long to
let's
get to
go
the
check out the
blockade.
blockade first, and then see what's going on.
And there is another complication. If we do need to move, we move past that blockade, it is almost certain I will not be able to return to the lower city. And that's because the Galactic Empire are hunting all Jedi that exist. It's only a matter of time before the crime boss turns over my information to the Galactic Empire and makes it impossible for me to return. And it means that the rest of you would be placed at lethal risk.
Well, we just need to get the mass, so let's check out the blockade at least. Uh, should we take the vehicles there, just the blockade, see what's going on, and then we can decide what to do?
It shouldn't be all of us. It's going to have to be me. It's going to have to be me. I'm the only one who has experience directly with the Galactic Empire.
I don't know. I just want to get visuals on the blockade, see if it's still there, or see if there's gaps in it, or are they surrounding the entire city? Like, what are our options?
I don't know.
That's why I want to get visuals on it. So Why don't we go there
True.
now? It'll only take an hour.
Well, it should not be you or Mira, because the both of you are involved with a crime boss who's actually looking at your activities now. And again, he knows the rest of us, so it doesn't really matter.
All right,
Yes, we should be
we're on
now.
comms. Why don't you go towards the edge of the city and then see if there's a blockade or what? Scope it out then.
Yes, we should go now while we have the advantage of time.
I thought you said you just want to do it yourself.
But upon thinking about it, those people that could expose us, they already know all of us.
All right,
Considering that
so
you are newer, it may be that you're less recognizable. But still, the eyes of a crime lord are sharp.
Miro, do you have a land speeder or something?
Yes. How do you think I got you out of the?
Right. Why don't I take the speeder? You guys take the land speeder. We go to this quote unquote blockade and just scope it out.
Agreed.
Okay, let's go.
Being that this is a new vehicle, you're gonna have to give me a pilot check if you're driving the speed.
I'm driving my speeder. Yeah.
Your speeder? What do you mean your speeder?
I think he means the
Or
swoop.
the swoop bike.
Okay. So
Mira
all of
can
you gonna?
drive a land speeder.
Yes, she can drive her land speeder. All of you are piling in on her speeder.
Yep. Might as well.
Who knows the way to the blockade?
Junk does.
Junk?
Correct. So Junk has to lead.
Junk, give me a perception check. Let's see if you remember.
Yeah, ready.
Yeah, Junk's been a little frazzled. That's his truth.
That said, this has been the second. This will be the third time going to that blockade area. Because the first time she came into the city, second time it's just like, yeah, this is where I came in. Oh, there's Imperials there now. 31.
Nice.
Just take a left there. A left there. A left there. A left there.
Going in circles.
Yeah, 4 lefts make a circle. Thank you.
No, you think we'd be at at the same street, but no, we're apparently at a new street now.
3
I
lefts
don't know
and
how
a
it
right
works
make a
either.
straight line.
As Junk navigates y'all to the edge, and spotlights going back and forth. The walkers standing there menacingly, and a troop transport. There is 3 Imperial stormtroopers and 2 flame troopers, each on each side. They have turned this into a checkpoint.
Like, how far does it extend? Can we go around them?
Look there.
No,
See the
there's
red
no
one?
way in and out of this. You have to go through the checkpoint. That's the idea. You cannot take the speeders around them. No. Walkers would easily see you.
All right, so we know they're still here. There's a checkpoint. Do you want to try to risk it, or do you want, like, we have to get to the temple, unless you can think of another plan? You're a Jedi, or can you do something to help us?
No. My affairs with the light side are not the manipulation of the mind, but perhaps manipulation of the air.
So what's our story? We're just out for a stroll in the jungle? Like, think they'll buy it? Think they'll try to detain us?
Anyone that goes out there will have to go out into the plague. As you've said, the plague has taken over. We have to think of something, and I don't know what to say here.
I mean, what's the downside of just trying the checkpoint? Do you think they'll detain us?
Yes, of course. It's what the Empire does. They control everything that they see and destroy what they cannot control. Perhaps we could say that we're leaving the lower city to try to bring back some local mushrooms or flora and fauna, but they wouldn't let us do that because that would be carrying the plague back into the city. We need to think of something else.
Doesn't sound like they're going to let us through, so maybe the answer is just pray that the plague doesn't overwhelm the city before the race. We do the race, we get to the middle city, and then we get the Starfang to bypass the planetary blockade, or we figure out a way to the temple from the Starfang. I don't know what else to do.
What's it the original idea to get to the middle city so that we could take an exit out of the city?
Yes, and that may bypass this checkpoint and all of the forces that I see beyond. See, look there. He has a tank on his back. That's a flame trooper. It means that he casts, well, he has a flamethrower. Jedi don't respond well to flamethrowers.
I don't think
Not when they use them.
anyone does.
Fucking Empire. All right. So what's
It's
the
forbidden
plan? We
to
just
impossible.
lay low for 2 days until the race.
We have
Yeah.
All right. Let's just lay low for 2 days till the race.
So y'all aren't going to try the checkpoint?
we can if we can think of something intelligent to say to them. Some reason that we would need to go outside. Someone lost, perhaps. Some do-gooding deed that's desperate enough for us to risk our lives. The people in the lower city don't yet know that the plague is here. So we can't use that as an angle. That would alert them. We need to pick the right thing to say. I look around and I look over to Wartog. What do you think? Good ideas can come from anywhere. If we turn around now, we will risk the spread of the plague, which has already begun. Within 2 days, the annual itself may not happen,
I
or
don't
it
know.
may be restricted even more than it is now.
Maybe I could bribe my way through.
That's possible. The
Yeah,
Empire is known for being greedy.
let me try to smooth talk this. Let's. Are we
I
taking the
agree.
speeders and the land speeder to the jungle, or are we just hoofing it?
Now, we should take everything that we can. We may need to return quickly
All right,
and under duress.
let's pull up and I'll smooth talk them out of the way, and I'll say, hey, we just want to get out of the city for a while. Here's some credits. What do you say?
Is that what you're doing? Or okay, I was about to say.
I mean, it'll give us more information. Like, they might tell us why they're guarding this, or they might be like, no one's allowed out of the city. It'll give us some information of what they're doing here.
Agreed.
All right, let's
It's
try
all
it.
up to you.
All right, so I guess we pull up with the vehicles to the checkpoint and wait to be flagged down or whatever.
Oh, you're immediately flagged down. You're immediately flagged down, and one of the troopers, state trooper.
I'm just a local here, and I'm trying to do my recreational trip. What's going on?
No one leaves the city at this time.
Why not?
Imperial assignments only.
Uh, would credits make it easier?
Are you attempting to bribe an Imperial?
No, I'm just asking if credits would make it easier.
At this time, no one leaves the city. Imperial assignments only.
I'd like to do a perception check to sense motive if a bribe is going to be a good idea.
I mean, you could do perception check, yeah.
And here comes a 1.
You better hope it's not a 1. I will pull your ass out of that vehicle.
For perceiving, roll 1d20 plus 11.
Hey,
29.
It is a bad idea. There, one
Okay,
trooper.
so bribery. What'd you say? There are what?
There's too many other people around to see him. If
Oh, so okay.
Perhaps we could arrange an escort through this dangerous area. Clearly, there's a danger here because of the blockade. However, beyond, in the woods that are yet untouched, perhaps we could arrange a bit of a kickback for the things that we need to do there.
are you saying this out loud?
I'm saying it to Yando. The stormtrooper can overhear whatever he wants to hear.
At this time, no one leaves the city unless they're Imperial. There's some kind of threat out there in the woods. They're not really explaining it to us.
Okay. Thank you.
Does the name Vosh mean anything to you?
Vosh. Should
Yes,
it?
he's a racer in the annual.
Okay.
Well, Vosh is a friend of ours. I'm going to check his reaction. Let's see how far Vosh's influence extends.
And what does that mean for me?
Well, he's an Imperial.
It means that his influence is more than you believe, and an escort would please the Empire.
My orders at this time are nobody leaves the city.
Okay, got it.
Orders can be malleable, as I give Yondo a little nudge in the ribs.
I don't think that's a good idea. Look at Dr. Lamb.
If we're declared as Imperials and given an Imperial escort, perhaps that could be a win for all of us.
I mean,
I
there
see
might
no
be something.
reason.
There might be something in it for y'all if y'all. Wait for his reaction.
At this time, I'm told nobody leaves the city unless they're Imperial. You are not Imperial. You do not leave. Please turn around and return back to your house.
Okay.
Just say
And
dwelling.
come on, guys. And I start pulling away.
Are you sure that you were a smuggler?
Are you saying that out of character?
No, I'm saying that in character. As we're driving away.
I'll be like, look, I scoped him out. It didn't seem like a bribe was a good idea.
I see. Well, we could have changed the terms, or it doesn't matter now. Clearly, we're not going to sneak. We're not going to buy our way through. Sneaking our way through is the next option. There's a machine and a double handful of Imperials out there, which means that this is possible. Not likely, but possible.
We can also fight our way through.
We have no choice.
I mean, that's an option.
Through. We can try to speed our way through the blockade.
We could shoot our way if we need to.
I just wanted to regroup so we can discuss it before I impose the next move of our party. You know what I mean?
To which Mara says, "Whoa, whoa! Y'all need to calm down. I am not getting entangled with any Imperials, y'all.
Nor should you. Your
That
fate
is a
here is something that we pulled you into. You do not
that
have
is a bad idea what y'all are planning. You're going to bring the Imperials into the lower levels.
Well,
We
what
have it on
choice do
good
we have?
authority
There's
that
the
the Imperials
plague,
are
and
already here. On behalf of someone who's running in that race, Vosh in particular, the Imperials are already here. And they're here for perhaps a different reason than this. It's unusual for the Imperials to have a presence, to have someone embedded in the annual. That normally doesn't happen, and not someone nearly this brazen. It's the Empire trying to send a message, which means that they're already here. But they're coming from the vector of the annual, not from Tal Shair. Either way, the Imperials will be involved in the lower city soon enough.
what kind of
And the
blockades are
entire
into the middle city? Is it like a checkpoint? I'm asking Mira.
It's a checkpoint. It's
Who
nothing like we
controls
just
it?
encountered.
Who controls it?
The Imperials control it.
So
perhaps we could try there.
yeah, maybe we can get into the middle city earlier.
It's probably a better move because the entrance to the middle city is further away from the troubles outside in Tal Shair.
And then
And what
then
is
we
your
can
plan
contact
into
Starfang.
the middle city?
I mean, the whole point was to contact the Starfang. Maybe we can, I don't know, try to get it, or maybe we can get a ride-off plan to the Starfang so we can get to the jungle. But there's a planetary blockade, right?
True,
I
and
was,
we do also need to find a way to get to the moon base to complete the second half of our objective.
right.
So we'll have to break through that planetary blockade no matter what.
You have a ship?
I
Mira
have a
turns
ship.
to you.
Yeah, I'm a captain.
Sounds like what you need is an Imperial transport.
We also
There's
have access to them,
yeah,
based on the
there's
story
one
that
in the jungle if we can get through that checkpoint.
and that may
You
be
don't know that.
Huh?
I don't think Junk's ever mentioned that Junk has transport.
No, yes, we did. We
Nope,
tried
nope.
to get it, and that's why the checkpoint came up in the first place.
yeah, during her ramblings she did mention it.
Like that was the whole
Okay.
plan before to go back to the shuttle, and then there was a checkpoint.
Yeah.
And there are other ways to get Imperial transponder.
True, but not one nearly this convincing. And with the blockade this tight under plague conditions, then we will have to gain some other help. It's risky. We need to consider all of our options, including using the Empire against itself.
Uh, maybe I can get we can contact the Starfang and we can get some Imperial transponder codes and transport it to the Starfang so it can safely land on planet.
Perhaps, but that would draw the Starfang into orbital fire and into the blockade, which is exactly what we do not want. It seems better, as you suggested, to perhaps lure or bribe or rush our way through one of the heavily guarded barriers to the middle city and simply go there now. Make contact with whatever we need to. If we do it before the race, we won't have the patronage necessary to get to the shuttle, which is what we really need.
What do you
I'm very
think?
fearful of spending those 2 days. A great many things may happen during those 2 days that we cannot control. If we're going to move now, then your new idea, Yondo, may be the very thing we need.
So
But
what?
after that,
The only thing that's in the middle city is a shuttle off planet, which if there's a blockade, we can't do that. Way to contact the Starfang, and I don't know what else. What else is in the middle city for us?
potential transport from a patron that we do not yet have that
How are
is
they going to get off
planetary.
the? Where's the transport going? They're not going to let us in the jungle.
Well, the transport may be able to go anywhere. The rights in the middle city aren't affected yet.
Well, so you're thinking we can get from the middle city to the jungle easier?
It's possible. And the middle city and the upper city, they are corrupted with the evils of men, yes. Just we'll have to appeal to different evils in order to get the vehicle that we need. And we're certainly not going to break the blockade with a transport, but we may be able to slip through with an Imperial shuttle.
So you're trying to get an Imperial shuttle?
Yes, the Imperial shuttle you talked about, the one in the jungle. If we
Yeah.
can find a way to it by way of some patronage or some scoundrel that lives in the middle city, then clearly that won't violate
So
the block because that's a
so the
planet-side trip.
so the planet. So okay, let me get this straight. They are checkpointing here to stop anybody from going to the jungle. We're saying we're going to go to the middle city to find patronage to get a transport to our transport so we can break the blockade.
Using the Imperial shuttle, yes.
Well, so you're saying we have to go to the middle city to get to the jungle?
Yes, because we can't get through the blockade easily unless we're going to rush it.
Why wouldn't they just blockade the middle city too from going to the jungle?
No, you misunderstand. The checkpoint that Miro is talking about is the checkpoint between the lower city and the middle city, not the middle
Yeah,
city
and
and the outskirts.
then when we get into the middle city from a different checkpoint, what's to stop them from saying no, you can't go into the jungle? Like they're
That we
blocking everybody from the jungle.
I don't think you understand how the city works. Mayor speaks up. You have to understand the middle city is only the middle section of these towering cities. If the higher up you go, you will find exit. The only way out of the city from those points is going to be by shuttles.
So we're going to the middle city, take a shuttle to go into the jungle to get the mask and get our shuttle, and then get
Planetary
out.
blockade. It's only going to be by Imperial shuttle. You're looking for Imperial.
So we're going to the middle
Now,
city to get an Imperial shuttle.
that's not necessarily the case because while there's a planetary blockade, there might be shuttles to other parts of the city.
Yes. And if we can take one of those, and there's a good chance that there are scoundrels all over the and those in the middle city have greater access and greater privilege. After all, the Empire hasn't locked down those areas yet, or isn't even likely to. The last people to be affected by inconvenience are the most wealthy.
So
I may know a guy.
Okay.
If you're interested, I
Yeah,
can get you
what's
an
it gonna
Imperial
cost?
transponder.
Sure, what's it going to cost me?
I don't know. You'd have to talk to him.
Okay. So what would the Imperial transponder do?
It'll give you an Imperial frequency that you could bring into Starfleet.
Or
It'll register on the Imperial network as an Imperial transport.
it's not only the blockade surrounding terrorists that we need to deal with. It's the unknown on that moon base that we're going to have to go to. And I believe that the combination of the Imperial you found, Junk, and the transponder that you might have access to indirectly might combine to give us the vehicle we need to get there.
So we're going to go to the middle city to get the transponder code to give the Starfag, and then we're going to go to the jungle to get the mask, and then we're going to get the what? Imperial shuttle that we left out there in the jungle, and then go to the moon base, and then hopefully this will all be fixed.
Yes.
What you do beyond the lower city is without me.
Yes. Not everyone's going to be able to come along.
All right, I guess our deal is I give you the speeder bike then, and then if I'm back with time to race, you let me ride it for the race.
I could allow that, as long as the
Okay.
bike remains mine.
Well, that's pretty much what has to be done. Otherwise, the pole position would be violated because the pilot isn't available.
Maybe she could race in our place if we're
True,
not
but
back
she'd
in
be in
time.
field.
Which is my intention.
Sure, but if we're
Then
back in time, you'll let us race with that bike.
Yes, I'll let you race with the bike if you're back. I can't deny your skill out there.
no, we really need to focus on the fate of the planet and perhaps the universe before we think about the source of credits that is yet uncounted.
Yeah, no, it's just getting the ducks in order. Just asking questions.
So if we're all agreed, Ortug, what do you think? I'm sorry. I just thought of Fat Thor. Ortug's just sitting there zoned out.
Oink, oink, oink. But she can't understand what I say.
No, I can't hear a word. What does the Gamorrean say?
He says oink oink oink.
I love it. I wanna get stuck in, get some fighting in.
He just wants to smash some shit.
I'll help in any way I can. I'm your
No,
friend,
there is no
and you're
plan
my
of
friend.
deception. If that plan of deception does not go perfectly, then we will have to begin fighting, and no doubt I will have to reveal myself and my power, and that will bring the full weight of the Galactic Empire chasing. We have to be very careful.
Well, if we
I'm
don't do
forced
something, they're gonna glass this planet, and waiting 2 days for the race to start is not an option.
I agree. We have little choice. We must be bold, and we must trust in the Force.
No, I'm gonna trust. I don't know about trusting the Force, but
The Force has brought us all together. It's up to us to do the deed.
I don't know about all that.
Mm,
Then who is this person that we need to talk to for the potential transponder in the Middle City? And we're talking about a
he's a Rhodian.
starship. That can't be cheap.
He's a Rhodian with jade green skin.
And we're talking to him get the transponder codes for the Imperial transponder codes, right?
He does a lot of odd jobs. He should definitely have it.
Okay.
Word is he gets his products in and off planets.
So the route we're going, it looks like we got to bribe our way into the middle city, and then we got to bribe our way to get these transponder codes. Man, I'm gonna be broke after this.
Yes, but with a planet saved.
Yeah, I
The
Planet
guess.
person you'll be looking the person you'll be looking for is a Rhodian. He goes by the name of Eric Vogel.
Eric Vogel, Rhodian. Where does he freaking any taverns or?
Visits almost every tavern I can think of.
How do we get in contact with him?
we visit the
In the
taverns
middle
and
in the middle city, he runs a tavern.
he runs a tavern.
Yes.
What's it called?
I don't know. I've never left the middle city. Or I've never left the lower levels. They don't exactly allow us out. Getting past that checkpoint will be tricky because they'll require a. But if you're going to flash money, they may be more willing.
That was my plan in the first place, so let's just
Yeah.
try it.
So who's going to the Middle City? All of us except for Mira?
All of us, except for Mira, yeah.
There is the matter of Lyra that needs to be attended to. When she awakens, and hopefully soon, then we can tell her to keep, well, We should tell her that this plague is deadly so that she can spread the word and as many people can avoid contact with it as possible and with each other. She needs to be a signal and good knowledge that that plague is coming. If we move ahead of Lyra, then that means that the lower city will close behind us. But we do need to protect the people of the lower city. They need to be told. And what better way than by someone who suffered the plague and came to the bridge of death?
As far as I understand it, it's always been allowed
Allowed to what?
to come from the upper city to the lower city. We're not allowed.
What, they give us a stamp or something?
Coming down is easy because you carry privilege with you. Going up, however, is a privilege that the people of the lower city do not have.
Exactly. They don't allow alien races beyond the lower city. But Eric has seemed to have gotten his way into the middle, bribes and money and influence.
Tradesmen, pilots, scoundrels like yourself, but not many. There are needs in the middle city and beyond that only the people of the lower city can provide, being barely tolerated and heavily watched.
Rumor is he made a killing on a recent project and was overflowing with money, and that's how
Well, I
And
think
it's
so had
hired-
this people.
he hired some party to go retrieve secret treasure. And rumor is he sold it to the Empire.
Oh, come on! Come on!
So, sounds like he's connected to this artifact. He's
Oh
probably
my
the guy.
God!
He's probably the middleman.
Oh, shock, you didn't get it with the name.
I know!
My brain missed it.
No, he did what he did. That he hired a party to get a treasure. Ooh!
Yeah. Oh, it's the same. Oh, I think I know this guy.
You're all
What?
piecing it together. Great.
Oh my God!
I think this is the guy that hired us.
Hello, my friends.
Yeah, I think this is the guy that hired us. Yeah, he owes us a favor.
That's right.
All right, let's get to the middle city, and I guess Lyra can take the speeder. Or Myra.
Oh, I can see this happening. Just kicking the front door open to his cantina. Surprise! Remember us? That's gonna go well.
You're not dead. Yay.
Just staring back, and he starts to run.
And I looked at him, and
But
he looked at me,
He was already.
and I looked at him,
He was
and he
already.
looked at me.
Hey, he was already rich before. He was already rich before we took the job. That's how he paid us.
Which means he was a bigger scammer than we ever thought he was. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm starting to see it. Okay.
Maybe he got an advance from the Imperials. Maybe he worked out a deal to get this artifact. He got an advance or something.
And you know what?
Or what did he get paid? What did he get paid for it, and what did he do for
Yeah, but he had money when we met him. He was rich.
it? Yeah.
And Aro could tell you, and I can't. Fuck!
You're welcome.
Fuck you, DM! Fuck!
You're welcome. That's the fun of being DM. All the little ties that bind.
Okay, so I guess we go to the Mill City checkpoint.
Seems that I have taught you well. Seems that I have taught you well. Okay.
What, you thought you were done with him?
Alright. Alright.
I told
Now
you who he was based off of.
Now I'm getting excited. Alright. Alright.
I mean, we would have bribed our way up to the Mill City in the first place if fucking Dr. Lamb didn't stop us.
This gets a lot more interesting. This gets a lot more interesting now.
Okay, so we go to the Middle City checkpoint, I guess.
Well,
I agree.
we can role play out this. You know what we're gonna do? Well, I'll get you all the way to that's where we're gonna start.
Intermission.
Intermission. We got about an hour left, if that.
Oh, we're stopping for the day?
We can. This would be a good time to stop.
Hey,
Yeah,
that works for me.
We've changed the quest.
I am a little bit off the books here.
So a good point to stop so you can be like, okay, I gotta pivot.
Yes. Yes. We definitely have some pivot.
Pivot.
Plant.
Because
Pivot.
even as we do XP and all that, we'll be pushing it. So
I'm doing XP right now. Let's get to it.
God
all
damn it.
righty.